It's playoff time at Greyhound Field, and it's the Newport Greyhounds playing host to the McGehee Owls in the second round of the AAA playoffs. A reminder that the schools participating in this football playoff game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school boards. The administrations of these schools have helped to write the rules and the regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. David Black, Hayden Schultz, Ben Black, Josh Nation behind the camera once again. Clay Kurtner has joined us in the press box as he normally does. We haven't seen Mr. Miner, and he may be on the road to Pulaski Academy this week watching a grandson play. We're 5.5 minutes away from game time. Guys, welcome aboard. Hayden Schultz, it ought to be a dandy. Anytime you advance into the playoffs, you're going to get good opponents from here on out.
Absolutely, and a team that we played last year know a little bit of something about them, so we got to go back and watch a little film on what happened last year. A ball game that was 6-0 into the third quarter, and then McGehee goes 20 unanswered on us and beats us 20-6. So the score doesn't sound as bad as it technically was because we're in the ball game. The duration of the game, you know, it was 6-0, and then a fake punt from their own 15, and then they catch a pick six at the very end of the ball game. So we were right there in the game where we wanted to be. Tonight, I think that the offense, it's going to be a different game. I think that it's going to be a more up-tempo and a high-paced and I think it's going to be a shootout, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be who's going to score the most points tonight.
Ben, you looked at and talked a little bit about that ball team last year after McGehee beat the Greyhounds that night. They had a successful run down through the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt. They went on to beat Atkins pretty well, 50-something. I don't remember the score exactly. And then played Rivercrest off their feet, whom we beat last year in the regular season, and Rivercrest went on to win the state championship. So they were a good ball team, and we just felt like we got one, let them get away with one last year. But tonight, you know, saw on Facebook Alton Walker, he made a little deal that said we remember last year. And I feel like we're going to play with the chip on our shoulder tonight and going to be extra prepared for anything on special teams. And, you know, the key, again, is just like at the Pickett game, first down. The game will be won or lost tonight on first down. You know, we've got to come out and put them behind the sticks and make them do what they're not comfortable with doing. And as long as we come out and do that, I think we'll come away with the win.
I think invariably when you talk about having shootouts and you're talking about both teams that are able to score some points, it generally comes down to defenses making plays. Your defense has got to make some plays, Hayden.
In our defensive late, you know, throwing the shutout last week against the Center Point team, saw a lot of things well that game. Saw a lot of guys who usually aren't in on some plays. Jadarius Reed, a ninth grader who moved up and taking some snaps on the defensive side. So, and to go off of that, the McGehee Owls only giving up a little over 13 points a game. Is that right, Ben?
17.
17 points a game. So a defense who is very good, but I don't think they've seen an offense quite like we have tonight.
Yeah, and they're only scoring on average 27 points a game. So Newport, I haven't looked at it, but I would assume that it's quite a bit more than that on average.
Over 40 points for Newport.
I was thinking it was. So, like we said earlier, offensively, it's going to be a shootout. We got to come out and just play well, hold them to their typical 27, and then let us go ahead and get our typical 40, and we'll go on.
Cash Forster almost 2,400 yards passing on the year, and the number 5 in the state of Arkansas among all classifications. He has had a marvelous year throwing the football, and I think the Hounds have to throw it to set up the run.
Yeah, Cash last week to go off of that, 360 yards in the air, and something you know, we haven't typically been a team that likes to throw the ball like that throughout the years. We're, you know, a predominant run team. We just run it down your throat, and we've got athletes. We'll bounce it out occasionally. But Cash Forster, the 3-year starter for the Newport Greyhounds, has taken the role, and he has ran with it.
Ben, you got to be tough in the trenches, and the Hounds have been both all year on both sides.
Man, tough is just an understatement. What those guys do every Friday night it's unbelievable. Most of them play both sides of the ball with some relief guys coming in here and there. But, man, they get after you. Dalton Phillips, Zane Watkins, help me out here, Alex Emery,
Spencer
Mullinax.
And Joe Brodus coming in.
Joe Brodus. I mean, those guys set the tone of the ball game.
I didn't see who won the toss, but I do know that McGehee said that they wanted the football, and anyway, if McGehee won the toss, the Hounds will get the football, obviously, to start the second half. We're about a minute and a half away, and it should be an exciting football game. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football playoff game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for the high school youth. A small crowd from both sides, really, but McGee's side is filling up somewhat. Newport fans continuing to trickle in, so hopefully that we can get enough fans right here where our kids will get excited about playing in a second-round football game. I mentioned this earlier on a Facebook broadcast, but just to let everybody know, our senior class, guys, and here come the Newport Greyhounds, and you see in your screen, this senior class has won 28 football games, and you have to go back 20-something years to 1996 to find a team that has done better than that as far as the senior class. So this senior class has been phenomenal in their 3 years of high school football. This is going to be a classic battle. It should be second round as it was last year. Hounds hope to have the home field advantage, and we'll just have to see what happens. This could be and probably will be the last football game for the seniors on this field. It may not be the last football game. It's survive and advance. You must win to move on. And let's hope the Hounds have a lot left. I like this football team. I've liked it all year long. This McGehee football team is going to show a lot of speed. We don't know. You just don't know when you get into playoffs. You think shootouts, and sometimes shootouts can be 14-13 if you have a lot of turnovers, interceptions, and, good defense. So, anyway, Cash Forster will tee it up for the Greyhounds as he has most of the year. What's the expectation here, Hayden Schultz?
We just got to get after them. We talked about it, on Facebook Live earlier today, and you just got to get after it. I mean, when we talked about it, especially last week, it's survive and advance, and if you're not hyped up for this game, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Pre-game show has been brought to you by Arkansas Steel Associates at 2803 Van Dyke Road at 523-3693, and the kickoff brought to you by Mark Martin Automotive. And we're ready to go, and here's Hayden Schultz.
Cash Forster with a high kick, fielded around the 35, looking to cut cross backfield. Going to go back and lose yards and be brought down around the 34-yard line.
Yeah, great pursuit by the Hound kickoff team there to start the game.
The Owls will have good field position.
Number 52, Craig Falwell, in there on the tackle.
Owls will have athletes at most every skilled position.
Dalton Phillips, Alex Emery, Spencer Molinax, and Zane Watkins for your defensive front for the Newport Greyhounds. 1st and 10 for the Owls. Here's the snap, and there's the dive. James Dixon's going to be on the tackle. Give him a few on the play.
Yeah, just nothing fancy there, just a straight run up the middle.
Going to give him 4 on the play, make it 2nd and 6.
Now this style of offense that McGehee runs eats a lot of clock, so you have to take advantage of opportunities when they arise.
2nd and 6. Here's snap, just a dive play off to the side and stiff arm, and he's going to get across the 45 and pushed out of bounds by Theron Davis. They're going to mark him at the 43-yard line. And the Owls look to be explosive early.
Yeah, big gain there for the Owls, but awesome recovery by number 2, Theron Davis in the secondary. Clock down to 11:15. Here in the first quarter, we have no score.
First and 10 from the 43 for McGehee.
Look how close the backs are to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the snap and just a dive play trying to get outside. He's going to make you guys miss. There's a big hit by Theron Davis.
Ooh, that may be a bad boy collision.
They're going to mark him at the 34-yard line.
2 out of the first 3 plays, you've seen McGehee attack the outside edge of the Greyhounds.
Typically speaking, from this offense point of view, it's more of just a downhill 2, 3, 4 yards, and this team with the athletes they have run this style can break one on you. 2nd and 1 from the 43. Here's the snap and played well by the Hounds. Fakes the dive, quarterback keep, and Spencer Molinax is going to get the tackle.
Huge job there by Spencer Molinax. That's what we talked about. These guys in the trenches, they're going to make the difference tonight against this McGehee Owl offense.
3rd down and 2 from the 35-yard line, where the Newport defense in the Mark Hinesley era has been predominantly very well.
No doubt about it, Hayden.
Watch the long count here as the quarterback's going to flip the play. Here's the snap and a dive play. Played well by Alex Emery. Alex Emery, and then a host of Hounds going to tackle him.
There it is, guys. Those defensive linemen that play so well every week, they're back again this week.
It's going to be 4th and 1, and we'll see if McGehee will go for it, and it looks to be 4-down territory for them.
Clock down to 9:37 and moving here in the first quarter as we have no score.
4th and inches.
Huge play for the Hound defense here. Clemmy moves to the line of scrimmage.
Watch the football, guys. Here's the snap. They're just going to hand a dive. He'll have the first down. Be brought down. Zane Watkins in on the tackle.
And the forward progress is enough to give them a first down. It's all right. We've still got to play good fundamental defense here.
Well, first down's the key. We talked about against the Pickett, that time being with an offense like this, first down is the key. You got to hold them to 2 or less first down.
1st and 10 for from the 30 for the Owls. Here's the snap and just a dive up the middle. Played well, and a host of Hounds in on the tackle.
Boy, not much there on that dive play. Hound defense playing well at this point. 8:44, clock still moving here in the first as we have no score.
They give him a couple, so 2nd down and 8 coming up. From the 28-yard line in Greyhound territory.
This is one of the games Coach Hinesley, as far as a defensive guy, was wanting this game, especially the way it came out last year. 2nd and 8. Here's the snap. Trying to get outside, cutting it back up. Zane Watkins in on the tackle. Something a little late on the play. No call. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Clock down to 7:50 here in the first quarter.
Ball rested on the 23-yard line, the Greyhounds territory. 3rd down and 3, maybe 4. Short 4 or a long 3. McGehee been exclusively on the ground. Here's a double wing set.
And that's who they'll give it to on the sweep. And he's going to get outside and will be pushed out of bounds, and that'll be enough for a first down. Didn't have the edge set there.
Yeah, just give that guy credit. He just speed to the outside and beat our man there and picked up the first down.
Yeah, we had it played correctly. We just got outrun. 1st down and 10 for the Owls. Ball at the 15-yard line. Owls knocking on the door here.
Here's the snap and a quick hitter to the left side. Tackled by Theron Davis. Getting inside the 10-yard line.
We had it played well there at the line of scrimmage. The guy just made a good football move and got upfield.
Going to mark it at the 8-yard line.
Excuse me, downfield.
Bring up 2nd down and 3 for McGehee.
These guys have been good on first down. Now they have wider splits to the left side.
Here's the snap. They're going to go up the middle. Going to be brought down. Julius Pruitt right around the 5-yard line.
Well, what a job that guy does from the linebacker position. Him and Clemmy. They just play lights out every game.
Be 3rd down and inches here for McGehee.
Clock moving at 6 minutes and 20 seconds. No score here in Greyhound Field.
And they've held the ball for half of the first quarter at the 6-minute mark.
Got to bowl your back right here, guys. Come on, Hounds.
Here's the snap and a handoff to the weak side. He will have the first down, will be short of the end zone. JT Haynes in on the tackle for Newport.
McGehee trying to go 66 yards on their opening possession, and they've already taken up half of the first quarter.
1st and goal from the 2 for the Owls. Here's the snap, trying to get outside, and he will. Touchdown, Owls. And McGee's going to strike the board first here. 6-0 over Newport, awaiting the extra point. A swinging gate formation, but the Hounds haven't played well, and they'll go ahead and kick the extra point now.
All on the ground there with no penalties. Perfect execution of an offense by the McGehee Owls to take the early 6-0 lead.
Good snap, awaiting the kick, and the kick is blocked. Dalton Phillips in, getting a hand on that football, and it's blocked. And I'm telling you, Ben, a football game like this is won and lost on special teams, and that might come around at the end of the game and be a key factor.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's going to play a huge part in the outcome of this ball game.
ASU Newport, indeed a great place to start in technology in the new agriculture technology program. Sonic Drive-In, their new locations out on the highway. St. Michael's Place at 1311 North Pecan Street in Newport. The Dillinger Funeral Home, family-owned business, spent more than 80 years putting people first and treating customers like family. Merchants and Planters Bank, the main office 2nd and Hazel Street in Newport, and out on the highway and other locations throughout northeast and north central Arkansas. Norman Baker Pharmacy and crew, Mary Davis and all her crew, and El Puente Restaurant. Great food, great service, El Puente. Bad Boy Mowers Collision of the Week and the Subway Coaches Report and the George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game at the end of the broadcast.
Theron Davis right now is going to be in that Bad Boy Collision of the Week talk. Good little lick he had down here on the far sideline.
You know, these guys proved last year that they weren't scared to take chances on special teams, so we got to watch for anything, you know. Onside kicks, squib kicks, we just got to be prepared.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Theron Davis deep, and they're going to kick a low end-over-end kick, and Chris Reynolds is going to jump on it at the 25-yard line.
Good job by Chris Reynolds to secure the football.
See if the Newport offense can answer on their first possession of this football game.
Hounds will take over at their own 25-yard line. Clock at 5:29. The score is 6-0. The McGehee Owls lead the Greyhounds here in the first quarter.
Gideon Ball at the center position for the Newport Greyhounds. Connor Prince and Dalton Phillips at the guards, and Big Alex Emery and Zane Watkins at the tackles. Monquel Cox getting the start at tailback, offsides play, and McGehee will jump.
That's easy 5 yards right there, guys. Forrester runs to the Greyhound sideline, bringing in the play.
Julius Clark, Clemmy Alcorn, JT Haynes, and Zaywin Smith, the receiving core for this Greyhound offense. Here's the snap, 1st and 5 for the Hounds. Monquel Cox up the middle. Monquel Cox, gain of 4 on the play. Make it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, good football play there by the Hounds. Clock to 5:10 and moving. here in the first quarter. Hounds trail 6-0.
Ball's going to be placed at the 34-yard line. Trips to the top of your screen, Alcorn, Clark, and Haynes. Here's the snap, going to fake and throw the screen to JT. Incomplete pass.
Clock will stop on the incomplete pass with 4:51 to go here in the first. Bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Greyhounds.
Ball still at the 34-yard line after the incomplete pass from Forrester to Haynes.
Hounds need a play right here. You don't want to give these guys the football back.
Clark going in motion all the way to the other side of the field, and here's the snap. We're going to hand it off to Monquel Cox. Monquel Cox is hit in the backfield. He's going to be brought down short of a first down.
Play was slow developing to the left side, and Monquel just couldn't find any running space. So the Hounds are going to have to punt back to this McGehee offense. And kind of like last week, early in the football game, the Hounds had a little trouble moving the football, but penalties were a problem then. .448 remaining here in the first quarter. McGehee leads in the football game 6-0. And it's over his head.
And McGee's going to get on the football, and it's going to be a touchdown, Owls.
Yes. And Cash got down there and tried to kick it. It went over his head, and quickly the Owls are up 12-0. Cash is just trying to kick it out of the end zone for a safety.
And the smart thing to do there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, great awareness by him, but just it didn't work out. And, you know, guys, this is football. It's playoff football. Anything can happen. It's early in the ball game. We've just got to still keep grinding, keep playing.
4:47 to go still in the first quarter. 12-0 Owls, and they're going to go for 2 here. Here comes motion. Here's the snap. They're going to go dive. He's going to lower his shoulder, and we'll see what they'll mark. 2-point conversion, good. Owls 14, your Newport Greyhound 0.
Well, a 64-yard drive and then a special teams touchdown give the Owls a 14-0 lead with 4:47 to play here in the first quarter. Football game brought to you by the City of Newport. Newport Recycling Center, open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. By Unity Health, Harris Medical Center, located at 1205 McLean Street. And the Greyhound Luncheons each and every Monday. NEDC in downtown Newport. Bank of England Mortgage Company, Kenny Thaxton. And Farmers Tire Mart, tires for cars, trucks, trailers, tractors, ATV, and lawnmowers. Farmers Tire Mart, where the rubber meets the road. So not a good start for the Hounds here so far.
But a lot of football left. You just got to keep plugging, and you just got to keep battling and keep fighting and work hard, and good things will happen.
And the Hounds are going to score some points. There's no doubt about that.
Same low kick. Going to be fielded around the 30-yard line. Clemmy Alcorn with the return. Clemmy Alcorn is going to be brought down around the 37-yard line.
And the difference in filling that ball at the 25 and just downing it and then filling it and getting some yards is huge for the Hound offense right here. A little bit better field position at the 38. First down and 10 for the Hounds with 4:42 remaining here in the quarter, and we trail 14-0.
Darren Davis checking into the ball game for the Greyhound offense at tailback. Julius Clark going to tight end, and Clemmy Alcorn at the nub back. Here he comes in motion. Here's the snapper. We're going to go Darren Davis outside. Great block by Clemmy, and Darren Davis is still on his feet across the 50 and be brought down around the 46-yard line.
Yeah, tremendous job of blocking up front there by Clark and JT Haynes. And what a job by Darren Davis to hit that outside and hit it hard.
Hounds look to go quick. 1st and 10 from the 46. Knocking on the door to score here. Here's the snap. Forrester looking pass. He throws it. He's got Haynes open. It just through his hands. Incomplete will bring up 2nd and 10.
Whether you're running the football and executing or passing the football and executing, you have to execute. The Hounds had a play there, just couldn't finish the execution. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Julius better back up. He's offsides. He's still offsides.
Here's the snap. We're going Theron Davis up the middle. Theron Davis, quick hitter. We'll give him 4 on the play, make it 3rd and 6 from the 42.
Hounds have got to generate a little momentum right here. Like we said a while ago when it was 6-0, you don't want to give these guys the football again. Third and 6.
There goes Theron in motion. Here's the snap. Forster's going to look to pass. Forster's got time, and he's just going to throw it up. And no one there. It's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Hounds look to go for it here.
4th down and 6 for the Hounds. On 3rd and 6, the Hounds going for the home run, and it wasn't there.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Alcorn, Clark, and Smith.
How about a screen pass?
Here's the snap. Forster rolling out, looking. Owls bring pressure. Forster's going to escape and then throw it up. Zaywood Smith's going to come up with a catch.
What a huge pass from Cash Forster to Smith. Smith goes up, makes the grab. Just an awesome execution there on 4th down.
Cash Forster evading 2 guys there on that play.
And then threading the needle through 3 defenders.
And threw a dime to Zaywin Smith, and the Hounds look to go quick here. Quad set at the top of the screen.
And
Clark at the tight end position. Here's the snap. We'll throw the screen pass to Theron Davis. Theron Davis making a guy miss. Theron Davis will be brought down around the 26-yard line.
Short gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. 3:11 to play here in the first quarter. Hounds trail 14-0. Need a score.
Offsides play, and the Owls will jump, so we'll take the free 5. Like Ben said earlier, we went to the quad set. Julius Clark's the only tight end on this side. Everybody's watching that quad and going. And I'm willing to bet that John Bradley's baiting them up for Julius Clark to run a little corner route here in a second for a touchdown. Here's the snap on 2nd and 3. Handoff up the middle. Monquel Cox will have the first down. Be brought down around the 15-yard line. Greyhound offense looking to click now.
2 minutes and 50 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Hounds trail 14-0.
Here's the snap. Forster going to look to pass. They bring pressure. Cash has got time. Throwing the ball over the middle. And the defender gets his hands on it. It's going to be incomplete.
Well, give those guys credit. That defensive back just made a play there.
Watching them pregame, you knew that they had the athletes. You knew that they were going to have speed, and their secondary was going to be good.
Got to execute here. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops. 2:34 remains in the quarter. Hounds trail 14-0. Need to cut it in half here.
From the 15, here's Clemmy coming in motion. Here's the snap fake. Forster's just going to throw it. Incomplete. McGehee bringing pressure once again.
Looked to be a little confusion there on that play.
Well, I think the Hounds wanted to run a screen, but got more pressure from up the middle than what they were expecting. Now 3rd down and 10 for the Hounds.
Trips to the bottom of your screen again for the Hounds. Here's the snap. Forster rolling out to his right. Forster looking. He's going to throw it up to Julius Clark. Julius Clark goes up and gets it. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Yes, sir.
Touchdown, Hounds.
What a catch by Julius Clark.
Boy, Cash just threw the ball up, and Julius went up to get it, man. Come down, make a play. Great execution by the Hound offense there. When things don't go our way early, the Hounds fight back and try to cut this lead in half here with this extra point.
Drive started at the 38, is that correct? 62-yard drive.
Julius Clark, a guy who's battled injuries throughout the year. Good to see him go up and make a snag. Good snap, good hold. It's going to be blocked. And the score will remain 14-6 with 2:25 to go in the first quarter.
Greyhound football game brought to you by Dr. Gavin McDowell's Customized Vision Care in the Village Mall, by Robert Turner, financial advisor for Edward Jones, by MPOC Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic, White River Health Systems in Batesville, Ben Black Lawn Care, Sprinkler System, Gravel Work, Dirt Spreading, Leaf Removal, Affordable Work Done Right, Ben Black, and White River Area Agency on Aging, 1200 Highway 367 North in Newport. The Hounds have an answer. Both teams have failed on extra point attempts after their first touchdown.
Well, the Hound defense only given up 6 in the contest so far.
Yeah, the opening drive was a 64-yard drive by these guys, and their offense worked to perfection. And then they come back and hold us on 3 plays. We punt, get a snap over the punter's head, and then they get a touchdown on that.
Cash forced a high sky kick and a fair catch made at the 38-yard line.
Let's see if this Hound defense can have an answer for the McGehee Owls here.
Well, last year, realistically, the Hound defense gave up 6 points is all they gave up last year. And of course, it's a different football team. It's different kids. The senior class moves on and for each side. But a lot of the same kids that played on that football team are playing for the Hounds, and a lot of kids that played on McGee's football team playing for the Owls. 2:25 to play in the quarter. We thought maybe we might get a shootout, and it looks like we're headed that way.
First and 10 from the 38 for the Owls. Play clock under 3 seconds now. They're not going to get it off. It's going to be a delay of game.
That's going to make the difference there, because anytime they start behind the sticks on first down, second down, it limits your play call to what you can call, what you can run. It allows your defense to be a little bit more aggressive in a particular area.
Similar offense to Piggott we saw early in conference play. As far as offensive scheme, obviously the athletes are different. First and 15 from the 33. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to try to throw on first down. It's going to be incomplete. Played well by the Hound defense.
Yeah.
Monquel Cox and Clemmy Alcorn in coverage for the defense.
Quarterback hurried there. Good job pursuit by Julius Clark and several defensive linemen from Newport.
You put yourself in a great position when McGehee is 2nd and 15.
2:19, clock stops.
Score is 14-6, Hounds trail here at Greyhound Field.
Here comes motion. Here's the snap, and they're going to give it to him outside. Played well by the Hounds. And here comes Clemmy Alcorn in on the tackle.
Great job of pursuit there on the outside by the Hound defense.
Julius Clark right there just comes and hits his guy as hard as he can. It says you're not getting outside, and then here comes, we said it earlier, the cavalry.
The cavalry. Boy, 3rd and 14 right here, guys. This is a huge play.
Hey, big spot in this ball game now.
Ball just shy of the 35-yard line. Big 3rd down here.
Clock down to 1:45 and moving here in the first quarter.
Here's the snap. Quarterback dropping back, looking. He's just going to throw it deep. He's got a man open. We'll see what they signal.
Pass was complete.
Boy, on 3rd and 14. That's good defense by Theron that time. He just fought over the outstretched hands. The kid reached, touched the football, and then ran under it.
Great catch right there.
Tremendous catch for McGehee.
That's almost impossible. It is impossible to make a play on that football from a defensive back standpoint.
They make a big play on 3rd and 14.
1st and 10 from the 27.
Wide to the top.
Here's the snap, and they're going to go dive up the middle. Julius Pruitt in on the tackle. Clemmy Alcorn as well. The two leading tacklers for this Greyhound defense, playing both inside linebacker position.
Clock down to 1:10 here in the first quarter. Hounds trail 14-6 to the McGehee Owls. Clock now down to under a minute.
2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to look to throw. He's got a guy open, and he just overthrows him.
Well, there was a blown coverage there because it was 2-on-1. Monquel Cox was the only defender.
Monquel had the guy on the top part of the screen.
Nobody went with this guy here. Busted play by Newport, but luckily it was an incomplete pass. Clock will stop at 48 seconds. 3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down here in the ball game. McGehee is on the Greyhound 26. And let's see what the Hound defense can do on 3rd down.
Stay on sides, number 1.
And there's the flag once again. It's going to be another delay of game. It's going to make it 3rd and 14 now from the 31. So a similar
3rd and 14 again.
Play from earlier. We'll see if they'll take another shot.
Hound fans on their feet across the way, and it's kind of filled in somewhat over there. Hounds need a sack.
Here's the snap, and the quarterback is going to go straight back, looking to throw. He's pressured. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Spencer Mullinax in the backfield as he throws. It's going to bring up 4th down and 14 for the Owls.
Well, that was just a huge, huge play by Spencer Mullinax to get back there and rush the passer. He overthrows his guy who was 10 or 12 yards ahead of our defender.
You can do it, Owls. Let's go.
One more time, Greyhound. It appears that McGehee will go for it here on 4th down and 14.
Well, the Hounds, you got to make a play. You can't give up a 4th and 14 here. You got to make a play here.
Come on, defense.
Come on, Hounds.
Ball at the 31-yard line for the Owls. Here comes motion. Quarterback's going to roll out. He's pressured. He's going to throw it up, and Monquel Cox is going to come down with it.
And you need to drop it.
Well, in the heat of the moment, you just go up to make a play, and instinct tells you to catch it, and that's all right. Turnover on downs. Hounds will take over.
Good stop by the Greyhound defense.
Awesome stop. Hounds will take over at our own 5-yard line. 38 seconds to play in the first quarter. Hounds trail 14-6 to the McGehee Owls.
How about a 95-yard run right here?
Well, Theron Davis is in the game, and it's very, very possible.
Most important thing is the Hounds got to stop when they needed to get a stop on 4th and 14.
1st and 5 with the Hounds from their own 5-yard line. Here comes motion and the snap. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a false start, so it'll be a half the distance.
The ball will be moved back to about the 2.5-yard line.
You know McGee's going to bring pressure here from the ball being just shy of the 2-yard line. Going to sell out here. About a shot.
I'll take it. You know, in this position, you just want to move the ball up enough to get some comfort.
Here's the snap, and we're going to hand it off to Theron Davis. Theron Davis breaking a guy. Theron Davis getting outside. Theron Davis is getting outside, and he'll have the first down and more as he's knocked out of bounds around the 24-yard line.
And that's that play that I was talking about there. Just get enough to get yourself some relief of pressure there. You're not backed up in your own end zone. And now let's go to work, guys. 29 seconds remain. Clock stops on the ball going out of bounds. Score is 14-6. The Hounds trail here in the first quarter.
Here's the snap. Forrester looking to pass. Forrester got time, and he's going to throw it up. Zaywin Smith, incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Good pass there from Forrester. Just played well by the McGehee Owl defense.
Athletes on both sides of the field tonight. This guy's going to get after it. It's going to be a four-quarter ball game. You better believe that.
Well, throughout the regular season, there's always a few games where you can kind of what they call pick on somebody. You look out there and you go, okay, this is a mismatch here. You know, this guy could probably beat that guy. There is not a mismatch tonight. Every guy on this field is a threat. So you just have to continue to play hard, play textbook football, Greyhound football, and that's what we're going to do.
2nd and 10.
From the 23, here's the snap. And we're going to throw the screen pass underneath to Julius Clark. Julius Clark's going to be brought down around the 24-yard line.
Clock will expire. And that'll be the first quarter with McGehee leading 14-6 over the Greyhounds.
A reminder that the football game is brought to you by Jackson's Funeral Home at the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue. Our family serving your family. 42 Sports and Alan Russell on Facebook. Facebook Media supporting smaller classification football. And Sam's Diner in the bright gray building down on 2nd Street for lunch and breakfast. Remind everybody that our Greyhound boosters include White River EMS, Pecan Street, Miller Newell Engineers, downtown Newport, IMAD, I Am Making a Difference, Greenway Equipment Company, your John Deere dealer, Fletcher Land Surveying, on Malcolm Avenue, Farmers Electric Company, County Judge Jeff Phillips, Keith Davis at Thrive In, Bubba Sink Farms, Connie Shana and Sissy Boyster, and the Frank A. Rogers Company. 14-6. The Hounds have a 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 9, I guess it is. Screen pass looked to be open on the last play, just a pretty good recovery. The Hounds had more blockers out there than they had defenders. They just had a kid that made a good play.
That's what we talked about, you know, just the athletes at every position. There's not a guy out there that can't make a play every down. So just got to keep plugging, keep working. And
I like the play call.
I love the play call.
Trips to the top of your screen. Alcorn, Clark, and Smith. Cox at the tailback position. Here's the snap on 3rd and 9. Forrester looking to throw. He throws over the middle. He's got Clemmy Alcorn open across the 50. Clemmy Alcorn making a guy miss. And Clemmy Alcorn still on his feet. And he'll be brought down around the 27-yard line.
Great job of blocking by that offensive line to give Cash time to find an open Clemmy Alcorn.
Clemmy, the awareness he had there, knowing that he had a guy trailing him, and just drops down and makes the guy go over the top of him, and then getting the extra 15 to 17 yards on the reception. Phenomenal job, Clemmy Alcorn, and what an asset he's been all year for the Hounds. 1st and 10 from the 27. Hounds knocking on the door to score. Monquel Cox getting outside. Monquel Cox trying to make a guy miss, and Monquel will be pushed out of bounds to the 25 to make it 2nd and 8.
Well, the McGehee defense had it played perfectly there. Monquel, just being a great athlete, just makes a move, makes the guy miss, beats the next guy outside, and gets a good gain there for the Hounds. Clock stopped at 11:34.
Hounds got 4, 2nd down and 6 from the 23.
Here's the snap. Forrester going to look to pass. He's pressured. Escaping the pocket, and Cash Forrester just going to duck his shoulder and get out of bounds. Get inside the 20.
17-yard line, gain of 6 on the play.
Going to give him a 6 yards.
Stop the clock, fellas.
They will, and it'll be close to a first down.
The officials had it stopped.
They're going to mark it first down with the ball at the 17-yard line.
Hounds again need to capitalize.
Well, you just keep battling, you keep plugging, and good things will happen. Hounds trail by 8 here, knocking on the door.
What great presence Cash Forrester had there. She just stick his shoulder down to get the first down. Here's the snap. Forrester going to look to throw. He's going to throw it out to Clemmy. Clemmy making a guy miss. Clemmy Alcourt still on his feet. Clemmy Alcourt's going to get in. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Greyhounds. Huge play for the Greyhound offense there. Clemmy Alcorn playing lights out.
Hounds go 95 yards. They go 97.5 yard on an official 95-yard drive after the Monquel Cox interception.
So with 11:16 to play, the score is now 14-12. Hounds trail as we await the extra point. And let's see, we're going to go for 2 to try to tie it up.
Well, Clemmy putting on a show after he caught the
is.
ball. Great pass from Cash.
Haynes going in motion to the top of the screen. Clark at tight end. Here comes Monquel in motion. We're going to give it to him on the jet sweep, cutting it up and sticking his shoulder down. 2-point conversion's good. Your Hounds tied up here 14-14 with 11:16 to go in the second quarter. And like Ben Black said earlier, there's a lot of football game. You were down 14-0 and you didn't think anything was going your way. And this game just got interesting.
Well, Mark Heisley talks about it. He talks about the grit of this football team. He just talks about the team. These kids just not going to give up. I mean, they're not going to give up if they're down by 28 or 48. They're going to fight.
Well, there's a reason this team is the first team since 1996 to win 28 games. There's a reason these seniors, because they got grit.
Hounds have tied it at 14. We have got a football game on our hands tonight in the second round, and it's every bit as awesome as we thought. Sometimes it gives you some chill bumps, doesn't it?
Makes you want to strap on the helmet and go out there and run through that helmet.
It might for you, it doesn't for me.
This is what playoff football is all about. Two great teams coming together in just an awesome battle. Got some history with these guys. So.
Cash Forrester to kick off for the Hounds. A high kick. It's going to be fielded around the 30-yard line, setting up the return. And great tackle. Jakeevan Davis, one of the freshmen, moving up in on that tackle. Great job, Jakeevan.
And the Hounds need a stuff right here. They need a stuff. 11-11 to play in the first half. We're tied at 14.
There's a flag on the play. More than likely going to be a false start, and that's what it is. 1st and 15 now for the Owls. You can feel momentum switch in this ball game. You thought it was all McGehee early. And like Ben talked about earlier, the game was going to be won on first down for both teams. If any time that you can pick up 7-8 yards on first down, you're going to put yourself in a position to be successful. 1st and 15 from the 32. Here's the snap, dive play. Played well by the Hounds.
Oh, just golly, what a job of pursuit by the Hound defense. And that's the defense we've seen all year right there, guys.
Darren Davis coming downhill at the cornerback position, playing it well. Once again, Julius Clark, one of those seniors who said, this is not going to be my last game tonight.
He wants to play next week.
2nd and 15 now for the Owls.
Hounds can make a statement here defensively.
Here's the snap. Going weak side, making a guy miss. James Dixon's going to wrap him up, and they'll bring him down around the 41-yard line.
It's going to be enough for a Owl first down. Excuse me, wrong stick.
It's going to make it 3rd down and 6 now for the Owls. And Randy Klepechka getting the stands fired up over there for the Newport Greyhounds.
Clock under 10 minutes to go here in the half. Score's tied at 14.
3rd and 6 from the 41. Here's the snap. Quarterback's looking to throw. He's going to dump it off, and played well by the Hounds, and it's going to bring up 4th down. We'll see if the Owls will punt.
Well, you can feel the momentum swing. Obviously, you see some frustration.
Well, you want to bet the Hounds are going to stay home here.
Yeah, this is the same kid that ran the long one last year, wasn't it?
Thayer Davis deep for the Hounds, and they will punt. It's going to be a high, short punt. Theron Davis trying to call fair catch. The guy's in the way, but Theron's going to jump on it at the 35-yard line.
9:38 to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, the score is tied at 14.
Hounds with an opportunity here. Last time out took it 97.5 yards. You officially only get credit for a 95-yard drive, even though total offense you can get 97.5. And you can't even get the half, so you have to get either 97 or 98. Officially.
Trips once again for the Hounds, top of the screen. Clark, Smith, and Alcorn. Monquel Cox at the tailback position. Forrester looking to pass on 1st and 10. Forrester's going to throw it deep. Julius Clark's going to go up and get it.
Looks like we've got a holding call.
But there is a flag back here in the vicinity of a hold. Julius Clark going up and getting that ball. And we'll see what it is. It looks like our guys think it's on the McGehee Owls. More than likely a hands to the face.
That's huge. That is huge. That is huge.
So the Hounds are going to decline the penalty, and we'll just take the catch that Julius Clark went up and grabbed at the 29-yard line.
A lot of times defensive linemen will just try to get a shove up under the shoulder pads, and sometimes it just slips up and gets up under the face mask, and that is a violation. Sure didn't mean to do that. You don't ever mean to do that. It just sometimes that just happens. Hounds at the 29, 1st and 10. The Owls 29.
Here's the snap. We're going Monquel up the middle. Monquel Cox up the middle. Give him 6 on the play. Dalton Phillips leading the way at that guard position.
Clock down to 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Score is 14-14.
2nd and 4. Here's the snap. Forrester going to throw the quick hitter out to Zaywin Smith. Zaywin Smith with a stiff arm and be brought down around the 15-yard line. Enough for the 1st down for the Hounds.
Like I said earlier, Dad, Hounds got a chance to make a statement here.
Yeah, they did defensively. Let's do offensively. Come on, Hounds.
Clock at 8:58 to go in the first half. Score is tied at 14. Hounds trying to go up another score.
1st and 10 trips, but Clark at the tight end position. Here's the snap. Forrester looking to throw, throws it over the middle. Clemmy Alcorn, touchdown Greyhounds. What a throw right there by Cash Forrester. I'm telling you what, John Bradley is dialing up and Forrester is just threading the needle.
Precision is the word that comes to mind. Just so precise. He puts the ball on the money, just where the defender can't make a play. And Clemmy, just to catch that ball and to get in there around several defenders. What a job by this Greyhound offense.
Orlando Noguez for the extra point. Snap is good. Kick is up and it is good. The Greyhounds are leading the Owls here 21-14 in a ball game that was 14-0 very early in the football game, and the Hounds have responded and responded well.
We got down 6-0, got down 14-0, then we made it 14-6, then 14-14, and now 21-14. And you could just see it in McGee's, their players' frustration. They got a little frustration on the last drive, got a little down on themselves. Well, this is a quality football team. Let me tell you what, they're a good football team, but they're playing a great football team too. When you get up 14-0, all of a sudden you look up and you're down by a touchdown after being up by 14, and we gifted them one on the punt. We gifted these guys one.
It's that emotional roller coaster we talk about. It's a momentum. There's ups and downs in a football game, and you just got to
have more ups than you do downs.
Yeah, well, ride out the downs and enjoy the ups.
Cash Forster to kick off. It's going to be a low kick, and the ball's on the ground. We're going to see who's got it. We don't know, but everybody's signaling Hound football. We'll try to clear this off. We're going to separate these guys and see who's going to come up with the ball.
Can we have it? Can we have it? We
Hound
cannot.
football.
We had a chance.
Boy, we had a chance.
Come on, defense.
Well, you gamble a little bit there and it doesn't pay off, but hey, we're still in good shape.
First and 10 for the Owls. Great field position for the Owls at the 44-yard line.
Play clock down to 15. Now down to 10. Looks to be some confusion. Play clock down to 5.
And the Owls will elect to call a timeout, their first of the half.
Well,
The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. Greyhound boosters include the Sam Nicholson Farms Glass Plus, handling residential, commercial, and automotive glass, doing mirrors, screen prints, picture framing, and auto glass repair and replacement. Mark Manning Shelter Insurance, where your shield, where your shelter, and B&T Battery, the battery guys, and also the oil change guys. You need an oil change, give them a call at 523-2758. 8:51 to play here in the first half. Hounds up 21-14, having trailed 14-0 in this game.
First and 10 from the 44 for the Owls. Here's the snap, dive play. Played well, and there's a big hit right there. Once again, Theron Davis.
well, he's a bad boy, ain't he?
Boy, that was a dandy of a hit. Young man slow to get up, a big hit and a big bad boy collision of the week so far. Theron Davis, write it down, Benny. Right there in that noggin. Appreciate Ben and Josh getting all the equipment set up for us. The old man's just gotten so old he can't even carry the equipment.
Second and 6 for the Owls. Ball at the 48-yard line. Here's the snap. Fake, and then they're going to give it on the end around. And Theron Davis, once again, another big hit. Pushed out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, right now there's a tie for the bad boy collision of the week. It's a three-way tie, and it's in between Theron Davis, and Theron Davis.
I think Theron's hit was pretty good.
Well, he's in the lead right now.
Come on, defense. Come on, defense. Make another statement here.
McGehee Owls in Greyhound territory on the 46-yard line, first and 10. Here's the snap, dive play, and Julius Pruitt, Zane Watkins in on the play. We're signaling that we have the football. We're going to clear this out. They're going to mark him down. Getting an update here from the Prescott and Clinton game. The winner of this game will have to go to Prescott or Clinton. 14-14 ball game with 8 minutes to go in that football game. So they have a dandy as well.
In the game or the half?
In the half, I'm sorry.
That's a dandy going on, isn't it? 14-14.
And we got one here going.
Second and 8.
From the 44.
Clock down to 7:20 and moving.
Here's the snap. Quarterback Keat. He's still on his feet, and be brought down around the 36-yard line. Here comes the flag, and it's going to be a late hit, more than likely.
They're going to discuss the personal foul penalty against the Greyhounds. That's a major. It's a hustle penalty.
That's a hustle. That's an effort penalty. As bad as you hate to have to take it, I'll take it.
7:09 to play here in the first half. 21-14 Hounds. Now McGehee knocking on the door at the 21.
First and 10.
7:09 to play here in the half.
From the 22, here's the snap. Quick dive play. Played well by the Hound defense.
Clock under 7 minutes. Hounds lead it 21-14 over the McGehee Owls.
Big Alex Emery on the tackle. 2nd and 8. For the Owls.
Need a big play here.
Come on, Hounds.
Ball placed at the 19-yard line. Here's the snap, just another end around. He's going to cut it up. Julius Pruitt on the tackle. Brought down inside the 15.
We're 3rd down and short.
3rd down and 2 from the 13-yard line. We'll see if the defense can bail us out once again.
Clock at 6 minutes and moving here in the second quarter. Hounds lead at 21-14 over McGehee Owls.
Here's the snap, quick dive play, but there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start, going to back them up.
Well, 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7 here.
Well, it's what we talked about, you know, those long down situations that just limit yourself on what you can run.
Luckily, that was a false start call because he was going to go untouched in the end zone.
Well, I think the whistle kind of slowed our guys down. We just stopped once we heard the whistle.
Third and 7
from the 18-yard line.
5.5 to go here in the first half.
Here's the snap. End around and played well. Dalton Phillips in on the tackle. And here comes the Orange Swarm to bring up a 4th down.
Nothing there. The play's been successful several times tonight, but Hounds make a few adjustments, man, and just play it perfectly there. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9. Clock at 5:10 and moving. Hounds lead at 21-14 here in the first half.
And I'll tell you what, this huge play in this game. Come on, Hounds.
Four down territory for the Owls. Hounds look to bring pressure. Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Played well by Alex Emery, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, there's that grit we talked about, guys. There's that grit when your back's against the wall and you can either fold or you can come out fighting. These Hound defense, they keep coming out fighting.
Alex Emery and Zane Watkins in on that tackle. And there hadn't been a bigger one in the football game. The Hounds will have the ball with 4:45 to go in the second quarter. The Hounds lead 21-14 over the Owls. Monquel Cox in the ball game at the tailback position. Here's the snap. We'll give it to Cox. Monquel making a guy miss. Monquel Cox still on his feet. Monquel Cox will be brought down around the 30-yard line. First down for the Hounds.
Well, obviously the Hounds have some momentum going in. You need to ride this momentum for the last 4.5 minutes and get points on this drive. You've got to execute and you've got to make positive plays.
4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Hounds lead at 21-14 over McGehee.
Here's the snap. Forced to look at the pass. He's got time. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be a jump ball and incomplete.
Well, Clemmy just went from a receiver to a defensive back there real quick, and that's an awesome job of awareness to know that guy's in position to make the play. Clemmy goes up, tries to knock the ball down, and then says, well, I want to try to catch it, but hey, that's all right. Second down and 10.
Well, they're coming so hard from the edge. Screen pass left would work.
Here's the snap. Forster going to look to pass, and the ball's batted away. It'll bring up third down and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Well, the McGehee defense is no doubt a very good defense, only allowing an average of 17 points a game. Well, that tells you they're going to play hard and they're going to make some plays. See what John Bradley draws up here on third down and 10. 4:11 to go, 21-14. Hounds lead it here in the first half.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Alcorn, Clark, and Haynes. And just a draw play to Monquel Cox. And Monquel Cox is going to get up to the 35-yard line.
I love the play call. I love the play call. They knew they were coming. He thought the draw play, you might catch them off guard for a long one right there, but it's going to bring up fourth down and about 5 or 6, and the Hounds are going to have to punt.
And it looks like John Bradley's going to let the game clock roll a little bit and then call a quick timeout, and then we'll go punt. And that's exactly what he'll do as the play clock winding down to inside 5. And they will call a timeout now with 3:27 to go here in the second quarter. And he also could be calling the timeout. We might go for it.
Well, hey, there's no doubt. And you know what? If you do, you do. And if you make it, you make it. And if you don't, you don't. He's got great confidence in his football team. Our special teams have not played up to par. You know, you got a situation there where you really don't want to put Cash back there to punt. I don't know. I mean, it's a gamble, but it's a risk maybe worth taking.
Well, if Cash is going to have to be out there anyway, I'd rather him be throwing it than kicking it.
I'll say this. If John Bradley and Coach Mark Heisley say we need to go for it, we need to go for it.
Amen, brother.
I'm with them. But we're not.
18, Gavin Tarwater back to snap.
Gavin at the Corning game on a play down on a extra point. Got his leg tangled up. Luckily, no tear. Don't know exactly what the injury was, but glad to see that he is back. High snap, and it goes over Forrester's head. And Cash is just going to pick it up and throw it out of the back of the end zone. And it'll just be a safety.
Well, great presence of mind by Cash to get the ball out of the end zone, which he tried to do on the snap early in the first quarter.
Well, the Hounds will get to punt or kick off from the 20. And the Hounds for the last several weeks have been punting or kicking short. So these guys are going to get tremendous field position unless you elect to try to kick it deep, which Cash can kick it deep if the Hounds can cover.
Some new faces here on the kickoff team.
Eli Alcorn out there. Julius Pruitt. Jamil Ballantyne. Jadarius Reed. Theron Davis. Clemmy Alcorn. Shaquina Davis. Julius Clark. James Dixon and Monquel Cox. Looks like we got a bunch of speed guys here to cover. And a good punt fielded around the 40-yard line is where they'll set up. They're trying to get outside, and Monquel Cox is going to push him out of bounds.
And I hope we didn't get one here. Instead of getting the ball at the 45-yard line, we'll have to sort it out and see what happens here. Wow, personal foul on the Greyhounds, out of bounds. Well, they're going to have it at the 44-yard line. Now you're going to get 15 yards tacked onto that. Puts the Greyhound defense backs against the wall. Maybe a face mask penalty.
It's not what you wanted to see here late in the second quarter.
But you know what, guys? If it was easy, they'd be doing it at Walmart.
That's right.
They're going to have it at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Owls. Hounds still lead 21-16 here late in the second quarter. Here's the snap, quick dive play. Played well. He's going to make a guy miss. He's going to get the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
Well, we expected a shootout, and that's what we've got.
These guys get a touchdown on a snap over our head. They get another touchdown as a direct result. They get 2 points also. So they get 8, and they get another touchdown as a direct result. And look here, now they're going to go for 2.
Looking to throw, played well. He's going to stick it out. Signal 2-point conversion, good. The Owls are going to go up 24-21 with 3:08 to go in the second quarter.
Well, you got to continue to play. It's a 4-quarter football game. The football game brought to you by Llewellyn & Company. Larry Llewellyn and Family for accounting services and tax prep and planning, management, consulting services, and payroll. Llewellyn & Company in downtown Newport. Doyle Family Farm, saluting the Newport Greyhounds. The Doyle family extremely involved in Greyhound programs from Pee Wee to senior high hounds. Go Hounds from the Doyle Family Farm. And the Churchman Building Center, Ace Hardware. We are more than just a building center. We have paint, carpet, Carhartt clothing to go along with everything you need for building projects, whether it's minor repairs to major renovations. Think Ace is the place on Highway 367 North in Newport. So 24-21.
Be prepared for anything here on the kickoff.
Hounds with a ton of time.
And a short kick. Clemmy Alcorn coming up. Clemmy Alcorn going to field it and get on the other side of the 50 to the 49.
So that's just playing to win right there.
And Owl down at midfield. And he'll get up. Looks like he might have just got the breath knocked out of him.
We're glad to see he's okay.
Yeah, he's a good hard-nosed player, good kid. Lots of good sportsmanship, both teams tonight. Good quality football teams, good quality football programs. McGehee has a tradition-rich, for 40, 50 years, just a great football program, as the Greyhounds do also.
The Hounds are going to have 3 minutes and 4 seconds to get in the end zone here before the half expires.
Trips to the top of your screen. Theron Davis at tailback. Here's the snap. Forrester going to look to pass. Forrester stepping up in the pocket. He's pressured. He will be sacked.
Now the momentum has obviously swung back towards the McGehee Owls. Hounds will lose 6.
2:45 clock moving here to go in the first half. Hounds trail 24-21 to the McGehee Owls.
2nd and 16 now for the Hound offense. Here's the snap. McGehee brings pressure, picks it up well, and we throw it in just through a defender's hands.
That'd have been 6 too. It'd have been 6 also.
Well, we caught a break there. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Hound offense here.
They brought heat that time from one of their linebackers, and here he comes again, 25.
They've got everybody up.
Here's the snap. We're going Theron Davis up the middle.
See if McGehee wants to call a timeout. They do. So the Hounds are going to have to punt again, or at least attempt to punt again. You would think on 3rd down or 4th down?
Fourth down.
Fourth down is what I thought. Guys, I don't know. I'm thinking even at, I don't know what you do.
Well, as you said earlier, whatever Coach Hinesley, Coach Bradley elect to do, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to support them either way, good, bad, or ugly.
You're the snapper for those punt teams, and let me assure you, David Black,
Hey,
Ben Black, Grant Black,
Hound offense to take the field.
have all snapped it over the punter's head. I did it in the semifinals of the state championship round in 1972. Hounds are going to go 4th and 14.
Trips to the top of your screen. Here's the snap. Forrester looking to throw. He's going to dump it off to Theron Davis, and they sniff it out, play it well. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
And the Hounds are going to lose back to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line, and McGehee will have 2:14 to operate from there, leading 24-21. Don't go away, folks. We've got a football game on our hands.
Hey, this Hound defense is going to claw and fight tooth and nail right here.
Iberia Bank at 200 Olivia Drive in Newport, saying good luck to the Newport Greyhounds. Mark McGehee Farms, proud to be a part of the great Greyhound tradition. And Purdy's Flowers and Gifts for all occasions at 815 Malcolm Avenue. A tradition, just like Greyhound football. (24-21) with 2:14 to play in the half. Some confusion on McGehee being able to get enough players out there.
I think they're trying to reset the clock to 2:16 to opposed of 2:14. McGehee not an offense who's...
Oh, they're going to run a trick play right here. They're going to run a trick play right here.
Man, they got to stay at home.
Here's the snap and dive play. Give him 3 on the play to the 38. Clock continues to roll inside 2 minutes now.
Second and 7, maybe second and 6.
Here's the snap. Counter play played well by the Hound defense. Zane Watkins and Dalton Phillips.
Great job by the Hound defense there.
James Dixon going to get credit for the tackle. What pressure we had from the backside from those two.
These guys are going to throw the football right here, and they've had guys behind us.
3rd and 9. See if the Hounds look to bring pressure from the 41. Here's the snap, drop it straight back. Got one guy to throw to. There, Davis Striper stride with him. He's going to go up and catch it
At the 1.
Guy just lays out, makes a tremendous catch.
He's made 2 beautiful catches tonight.
Clock down to 1:02. Hounds trail score 24-21 to McGehee. Clock now moving under a minute here in the second quarter.
Here's the snap on 1st and goal. Going to hand it off. Weak side. He's going to get outside and get in the end zone. Touchdown Owls.
Well, we've talked about it. It's a momentum game, and we knew coming in that this was going to be a shootout, or we thought it would be, and it very well is.
Well, obviously the difference in the football game right now is the Hounds' inability to be able to punt the football when you have to go for it on 4th and 14, 4th and 13, and you don't make it, and you set those guys up in pretty good field position. And the Hounds will have to fight from behind again.
And the Owls look to go for 2 here.
16 unanswered for these guys.
There's a flag on the play.
Timeout, McGehee. Brian Smith, former McGehee football coach, former McGehee high school graduate. Marcy Sherlin Smith, former McGehee high school graduate, cheerleader, sponsoring Greyhound football here on Cable Channel 15 TV, Farm Bureau Insurance Agency. Guys, 30-21. Just, I mean, and it's all down to special teams. It's been the punting game that's hurt the Hounds thus far. But you got down 14-0, battle back to make it 21-14. Now we trail 30-21.
Shootout's what we thought we'd have, and that's exactly what we got. 51 combined points here in the first half.
Their defense the last couple of series have been the difference also. Their defense has just been very, very good.
And a team that only gives up 17 a game. Here's the snap for the 2-point conversion. Quarterback's looking to throw. He's pressured. He's going to escape a tackle, and he's going to fight, and he will
be short.
Short, no good. Score remains 30-21. Owls over the Hounds.
With 39 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, guys, it's kind of what we expected. Three different drives affected by our inability to punt the football. Part of the game, just got to fight back. Don't get yourself in a situation where you got to punt. And that's hard to do. 39.7 seconds to go. Hounds with a couple of timeouts. I don't really think that they would do anything real fancy depending on their field position. I don't think these guys are going to kick it deep.
And they'll try to kick it deep. But there is a whistle on the play. Don't see a flag now. I do see the flag.
Whistle dead. Back them up 5 yards to the 35. Brenda Benish, Modern Woodman of America at 106 South State Street, making a positive impact in our community. Brenda Benish and Amanda Reynolds rejoining Bratcher Real Estate at 732 Malcolm Avenue. Her cell phone number is 870-217-2133. Hounds trail 30-21.
We'll see if the Owls elect to kick it deep once again. Just a low kick. Spencer Murphy fields around the 40-yard line. Spencer cutting up and then gets hit at the 40-yard line.
.33 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hounds take over just shy of their own 40-yard line, trailing in the ball game 30-21 to the McGehee Owls.
First and 10 from the 40 with 33 seconds to go. in the first half. Here's the snap. Forster going to look to pass, bringing pressure, throwing it up to JT Haynes. JT goes up to get it, but there is a flag on the play.
They'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage and mark off 15. That'll get into their territory at the 45. And with 28 seconds and a couple of timeouts left, we're a threat. We have now become a threat. And I still say they need to change that high school rule to a spot foul.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the snap. Owls bringing pressure once again, throwing it to the sideline. And played well by the Owls.
The good thing is the clock stops, only burning 4 seconds. Bring up second down and 10. (30-21) our score. The Hounds trail 24-point and still with a couple of timeouts left.
From the 45, here's the snap. Forster looking to pass. He's pressured and he just overthrows Zaylin.
One there bringing a blitz package, and we're trying our best to pick it up. And
McGehee just pinning them ears back and trying to get after Forster. You don't want to give him time because he will pick you apart.
you know they're going to bring the heat from both ends and from the linebacker position. We tried the draw a little bit ago. Not a bad call right here either.
3rd and 10 from the McGehee 45. Here's the snap. They bring everybody. Forster looking to throw. Incomplete.
Now it's 4th down again. And the Hounds are in a dilemma. Well, they're just bringing the house.
Trying to see what's going on here.
Flag over there holding against those guys.
Holding against McGehee. It'll be a 1st down, a 10-yard penalty.
On a defensive hold there. 16.9 seconds remain in the half.
Hounds still with 2 timeouts.
Empty set for the Hounds. Here's the snap. Forster looking to pass. There is a flag on the play.
So it's a dead ball, and it was at 16.9. They need to put 16.9 back on the clock. They're doing that right now. Great crew tonight.
It's going to be a false start. Back to Hounds up to the 40-yard line.
They're not going to put 16.9. See, the clock shouldn't run.
And I believe that's what the official's waiting for. And that's what he's doing.
We're probably operating, trying to get it done up there. Trying to reset the time clock, 16.9. We've got it done, and here we go. Well, Cash just been under a lot of heat. Here come those linebackers again.
Offsides play, and we're going to get them.
Great play call by John Bradley going with the no play. And that's a good way to slow them down. Anytime a defense is just reading that snap count and getting a good jump on you, it never hurts to go on 2.
I'd do it again.
I'll do it again.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Here's the snap. Forster looking to pass. Cash is going to throw it deep into the end zone. Throwing it to Clemmy. And it's going to be an incomplete pass.
30-21 is our score. 10.7 to play here in the first half. Second down and 10. 2 timeouts left for the Hounds. And here comes the pressure again.
No safety, man coverage across the board. Here's the snap. Forster's going to throw it. And just a miscommunication on the route there.
Well, you're not going to have a bunch of time to catch and run, but you might run you a 10-yard out. It's third down and 10. You got 2 plays here regardless. You can get 2 plays in 7.7. You don't catch it and run the rest of the time out. Unless you catch it and run the timeout.
Here's the snap. Forster going to look to throw. He's pressured. And Cash will get it away. And there's the intentional grounding.
Well, these guys are just bringing the house. They're just manning up on the outside, and they're
yeah, not a bad move by Forster there to get rid of the ball.
The Hounds will have 9/10 of a second to get a play off. And
when is the clock supposed to stop? On an incomplete.
On an incomplete pass.
There was 2 seconds left.
It's all right.
4th and 10 from the 47 will be the last play of the first half. Here's the snap. Forster going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete, and that'll do it for the first half. McGehee Owls 30, Newport Greyhounds 21.
We'll be back. Second half action about to get started right here in the Arkansas Activities Association. Believes that athletes are taught many things through sports. In addition to the skills, they learn self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority, and for the opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences. Message from the Arkansas Activities Association. Guys, we have about a minute and a half before we get going right here. We talked about at halftime here, off the record here, off the video, about we talked about it at the end. Just some problems in the punting game has put Newport in the position that they are right now. But still a very winnable football game. They're going to get the football, and it's all about making adjustments. The Hounds are going to have to make some adjustments offensively they're just bringing the house against when we try to throw the football now. They did for the last 3 series. So you're going to have to make some adjustments. I don't know what those adjustments are. That's why Coach Bradley will have his crew in at halftime and make those adjustments. I think defensively we're okay, other than, they made a long pass one time after we went through it on 4th and 14 and didn't make it and got it down inside the 5-yard line, and then got a 2-point conversion. We snap it over our punter's head one time for a safety. We snap it over one time for a touchdown. So really, 16 points can be attributed to the kicking game or lack thereof. Part of it, and the Hounds just got to rock and roll right here. Always look for something funny coming out of the half when these guys go in to kick, and we'll just see what happens. They're going to kick the ball short. You don't think they'll kick it to some of our other guys. Guys, what do you think second half here, Ben Black?
We just got to keep plugging. We're down 14-0 in the first quarter. Came back, led it 21-14. Ceased to score since then. But, hey, it's football. It's playoff football. You get 4 quarters, you just got to go out and you just got to keep plugging.
Hey, you didn't spend a thing of runs. Ben mentioned they got 14, we got 21. They came back, got 16.
Roller coaster ride like we talked about early in the game. That's what it's been. And you just want to be on the top of the roller coaster more than you do on the bottom.
Well, the Hounds are going to fight tooth and nail here in the second half. Let's see if we're in the football game. We get a chance to put our offense on the field. You got to have some production. You got to find a way to give Cash some protection to throw the football. And you got to be able to run it a little bit. We're just about ready to go with another Mark Martin Automotive kickoff. And I don't know that I mentioned Bratcher Real Estate on any of the 3 scoring drives that we've had tonight, but Bratcher Real Estate always bringing you our scoring plays of the week. Covering a lot of real estate tonight with 21 points against the football team that's only given up 14 per game.
And a high kick. Chris Reynolds just going to fair catch it at the 30-yard line.
Hounds will take over at the 30-yard line, Hayden, as you mentioned. Hounds trailing this game 30-21 to the McGehee Owls. And we've got a full second half action underway.
Well, these guys had the football for their opening drive that took half of the first quarter. Then after that, an onslaught of points. Can the Hounds find a way to move the football here and continue to put points on the board? Already a huge drive in the football game.
1st and 10 for the Hounds. There, Davis running the wheel route, and we're going to throw it over the middle to J.T. Haynes.
Got a flag.
And they're going to pick it up and run and say that J.T. wasn't down.
Cash Forster with a huge hit.
Well, they never called him down. And another huge play. We've got a man down back here at the 48-yard line. Penalty flag at the 26, and that's going to be for a man in motion, and they'll decline that penalty. And McGehee coming in. See, everything that you talked about at halftime is thrown away now. Our concern is with JT now. He's up on a knee back up here at the 50-yard line. But everything you talked about at halftime within one play has gone down the drain. Now you got to really adjust. You know, you go in, you talk about what you're going to do in your first offensive series. We had a guy wide open and just couldn't hang on, got hit real good, didn't make a catch. And then all of a sudden these guys had the football down inside the 20-yard line at the 18. Just another huge play.
What was the flag?
Illegal motion against the Greyhounds, and it was declined. Guy coming in motion.
Is illegal motion not a dead ball? Doesn't stop the...
No, not if it's a back. Not if it's a back.
Okay.
There's a difference in illegal procedure and illegal motion.
Okay.
Hounds already 11:47 to go here in the third quarter with our backs against the wall.
1st and 10 for the Owls at the 18-yard line. Here's a snap and a dive play. Making a guy miss and going to get inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, such a momentum swing there for the McGehee Owls. I mean, and again, you talk about it. Everything that you talked about at halftime is out the window now. Now you're battling for your playoff life. 30-21, these guys lead with 11:15 to play in the third quarter, knocking on the door against 2nd down and 1 from the 9.
Here's the snap, dive up the middle, making a guy miss.
Zadarius Reed with a big hit there.
Get down to the 3, and it's going to be 1st and goal from there.
First and goal from the 4 for the McGehee Owls. Looking to go up 3 scores here.
Dive play up the middle. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
10:43 remaining here in the third quarter. McGehee go up by 3 scores with a score of 36-21 as we await the extra point.
Took them less than a minute to score. The swinging gate, they're going to go for 2 here again.
He's just going to throw it up. And played well. 2-point conversion, no good. Score remains 36-21. The Owls over the Hounds.
That's a 15-point lead, so it's actually a 2-score game. Correct? 36-21, 15. Yeah, it's a 2-score game. Trying to make it the 2-point conversion would have made it a 3-score game, so we're okay. Just got to execute now.
Well, we just got to keep plugging. Just got to keep plugging. Work hard and good things will happen. You know, things don't always go our way. You know, things happen outside of our control, and that's why football can teach you so much about life. You just got to keep on plugging, Hayden.
Agreed.
You never know what the next kickoff holds for you.
Well, these guys and a lot of the guys the last several weeks will kick it to our wing guys on the up. And we'll start with pretty good field position. I'd like to see Chris take that football and run about 6 or 7 yards and get out of bounds over there. Or run over somebody.
The Owls to kick off. A low kick to Chris Reynolds. He'll fair catch it at the 38-yard lines where the Hounds will take over. Once again, good field position.
10:41 to play here in the third quarter. Hounds trail the score of 36-21.
Let's see if the Hounds can respond. Is there anything left in the tank? I would think there shall be.
This is where you find out what a football team is made of in situations like this.
First and 10 for the Hounds at the 38-yard line. Darius Reed in the ball game at the outside receiver. We have a flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Hounds.
Well, that's just not a good start again for, you know, 2 offensive plays and one a fumble and one a had 2 illegal procedure plays on the 2 offensive plays that we've had here in the half. Come on, Hounds, let's go. First down and 15. Got to overcome.
First and 15 from the 33. Here's the snap. Forster looking, throws it to Clemmy Alcorn. Clemmy Alcorn making a guy miss. Clemmy still on his feet, sticks his head down, and he'll get over the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Clemmy doing an excellent job of receiving there. Great pass from Forster to Alcorn.
Make it 2nd and 2 now after 13-yard reception for Clemmy Alcorn.
.63 had to come out of the ball game, and they did not have a guy in there, so he just came out on his own. So McGehee had to call timeout. They had to use a timeout there. And so both guys will huddle up. The Hounds are going to have 2nd down and 2 right here. Guys, you just got to execute, take it down the field, and put some points on the board.
Just keep plugging, keep battling, keep fighting. There's a reason they let you play 4 quarters.
I still like our team. I still like our team. I still like our chances to win a football game here, especially when I added it up there and it's just 15, or I subtracted it out. I thought that's just 15.
Delta is the oldest and largest trailer manufacturer in Arkansas.
10-13 to play here in the third quarter. It didn't start like we wanted to, but nor did the football game at the beginning.
Great teams find a way to win, David Black.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Regardless of circumstance, regardless of the opponent.
We need some Bratcher real estate coverage right here for a touchdown.
Here's the snap. We're going Monquill up the middle. Monquill is hit and will be brought down for a loss and make it 3rd down and 3 now from the 45.
Hounds have just not been able to run the football the last couple of weeks. A lot of that has to do with how those guys play and how they line up and how they attack.
Here's the snap. Forster going to look to throw. He throws it to Clark to the sideline. It's going to be an incomplete. Bring up 4th down and 3 now for the Hound offense, and now it's decision time.
Well, the Hounds went for it in the second quarter on 4th down and 13. Had a 3rd down and 1 here Our second one. Now we're down to 4th and 3.
Empty backfield for the Hounds. And now Cash is just going to punt it from there. And a good punt. No one back deep, and it's going to take a good roll. It's going to get inside the 10-yard line, and we're going to let it continue to roll to the 9-yard line.
Well, the Hounds, pick up a first down and then get a big gain and have a second down and real short and couldn't convert. 9:31 to play, and the Hound defense has got to have a turnover or a stop right here. It's imperative, guys. Athletes on the field from both sides, and see if the Hounds can get a stop.
1st and 10 for the Owls at the 9-yard line. And they're going to have to burn a timeout there.
Well, let me tell you what, they changed the play at the line of scrimmage, and after they changed the play, we made an adjustment. We weren't going to let them run the straight dive play right at them right then. And so McGehee uses their second timeout of the half with 9:30 to play.
Well, it may come back to bite them. The first time they
only have one timeout left.
Oh, yeah, one timeout left.
Bratcher Real Estate in their new location at 732 Malcolm Avenue at the corner of Malcolm and Wilkerson. Mary Reed is the principal broker, and Lauren Sampson, Carol Ann Young, Amanda Reynolds, all agents there. Bratcher1.com. Mary's phone number is 870-512-8660, or their phone number at the office is 523-5100. If you need real estate, use the professionals at Bratcher Real Estate. 1st and 10. From the 10.
Hounds looking to bring pressure. Here's the snap, dive play. Played well by the Hounds. Julius Pruitt, and then here comes the host of Hounds.
Well, that's exactly how you got to play that right there. You just outside contain. Got help coming. Great job by the Hound defense.
Gain of none on the play. Make it 2nd and 10.
9:12 and the clock moving here in the third quarter.
Excuse me, I said the ball was on the 10. It's actually on the 9. If you get a stop here and you don't, and they get these guys to punch, you hope to get pretty good field position. These guys have been hard to stop, though. We've had some success in the first half.
Watch a shot here on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the number 3, he's their guy.
There's a flag on the play.
Looks like the play clock has expired, so that'll be a delay of game.
Half the distance.
Move it down to the 4.5 inside the 5-yard line there. 2nd down and about 15.
Second and 15 from the 4-yard line.
8:40 to play here in the third.
One-on-one coverage at the top or the right-hand side of your screen.
Here's the snap, and that's what he's going to do is try to throw it deep. And he just overthrows his intended receiver. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 15 for the Owls.
Well, you like your odds here at 3rd and long. They're back deep in their own end zone.
I like to throw it. We get a pick for a touchdown. .8:35, clock stops, third quarter action. Newport trails 36-21, and it's a lot closer game than that.
3rd and 15 from the 4-yard line. Here's the snap, reverse play, executed well. And he's going to have a first down and be pushed out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Well, the Hounds couldn't get him contained on 3rd down and 15, and McGehee is out of the hole, but only up to the 27.
Just a reverse play. The simple handoff, rock you to sleep, and then they come in with a reverse. 1st and 10 from the 27. Here's the snap, dive play. Julius Pruitt in on that tackle. Also, Clemmy Alcorn coming to finish it off.
Got a couple.
Clock at 8:13 and rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Score is 36-21. Hounds trail the McGehee Owls.
Second and 8 from the 29. Here's the snap, trying to get outside. Theron Davis played extremely well. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 now, and an Owl player down.
Well, Theron has just been bringing that hat all night long.
Both sides of the ball, no doubt he's played well, and that young man going to need a little assistance, and he's okay. They're going to lift him up. He says, good hit, I'm okay. Good job, glad that kid's up. Again, another 3rd down situation. We had 3rd and 15. Ran a little reverse on us, and that's a 3rd and 7. With 7:40 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Hounds trailing 36-21.
Got to watch 3 here.
He's no doubt the go-to guy in this situation.
3rd and 7.
I think it's a quarterback
From the 30.
Quarterback run.
Here's the snap and the dive play. Dalton Phillips on the tackle. He's going to be too short of a 1st down and bring up 4th down and a couple.
Well, I think McGehee will punt right here. You certainly don't want to let the Hounds get within a score. They do call for the punting team, so the Hound defense does what they have to do. You just got to get some offense rolling.
Well, be prepared for anything here. Watch number 2.
Yeah, he's the quarterback and lines up in the blocking back position.
Low snap, they will punt it away. Good punt. Theron Davis there. And just going to let it bounce. It's going to take a Newport bounce to the 39-yard line.
6:33 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, guys. Plenty of time, but you got to get your offense in sync right here.
Yeah, we need a score right here.
Need a penalty-free drive and need to get some positive. Need to put some 1st downs together. I was noticing McGee's defense, or defensive linemen, their numbers like 7 and 24, and 6 and 12.
1st and 10 from the 39. Here's the snap. Counter to Monquel Cox. Monquel cutting it up. Monquel Cox still on his feet across the 50, and he's just going to keep pushing, and he'll get over to the 44-yard line. 1st down for the Greyhounds.
Well, great job of running by Monquel. Great job of blocking by those guys up front to give him a little alley.
You have to establish a run.
Yes, it is imperative.
Well, you have to make those guys honor the run. And you have to change snap counts.
1st and 10 from the 44. Here's the snap. Forrester looking to pass on 1st down. He's going to throw it up to Zaywin Smith. Zaywin trying to come back to get to it, and there is a flag on the play.
They'll come back to the 44-yard line and mark off 15 one way or the other.
It's against the Owls.
Okay, I need to read that Arkansas Activities Association message again about being good sports. Down to the 29. And the first conference that we've had all night. I like it. This crew's been very, very good.
6:04 to play here in the third quarter. Hounds trail 36-21.
1st and 10 from the 29.
Come on, Hounds.
Here's the snap. Forrester going to pass. He's got Alcorn out in the flats, and Alcorn still on his feet across to the 12-yard line.
First down, Greyhound.
Well, great job by Clemmy just getting in space and making a reception. Good pass by Forrester. 5:57 to go here in the third quarter.
1st and 10 from the 16. Excuse me, the 11. Here's the snap. Forrester looking to pass. They're bringing pressure, and they're going to get him.
Yeah, both linebackers came that time, and we couldn't pick them up. It's been the story for the last 4 drives for the Newport offense. They're just bringing the linebackers. They're just stunting them through, and we just don't have the answer.
You know what to do?
2nd and 18 from the 20-yard line. Here's the snap. Forrester going to look. Throws it over the middle. Ball's in the air. And it's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 18.
And again, they bring a linebacker. We don't block him. Cash doesn't have time to throw. We're trying to block their at least 5. They have a 4 front. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they bring 2 linebackers, they've got us outmanned unless the running back can pick up a guy. Here comes the linebackers again.
Here's the snap. Forrester going to pass. Those are Zaywin Smith. Zaywin Smith's going to catch it and get inside the 10.
Oh.
There is a flag on the play.
Inside the 5. Here's the 2-yard line. Very close to the first down.
It's going to be an illegal block in the back against the Hounds. Their guy's down. So the Hounds, instead of having the ball at the 2-yard line, young man is okay. Number 3, it's a big wide receiver for them. He's a heck of a football player. He got tagged. He just got tagged a little behind, a little late. Not late, but
From behind.
from behind, yeah. So where's the penalty marked off from? From the infraction?
Should be from the from the 16, I guess is where he. No. Ball's going to be placed at the 26.
Second down and how many? 24? Is that
3rd
right?
down
Third down?
at 24.
Wow. Instead of Hounds having the ball at the 2-yard line, it's 3rd down and 24 from the 26.
Here's the snap. We're going to look to pass. Screen pass underneath and played well by the Owls. Fourth and 28 now for the Hounds. From the 30-yard line.
really up to this stage, the difference in their defense has been their linebackers covering the screen passes, coming on the blitzes.
Here's the snap. Blitz once again. Forster's got time. He throws a rifle over the middle to JT Haynes. Pass complete inside the 10, but it's going to be a turnover.
You just got to keep playing. You just got to keep plugging. .359 remaining in the third quarter, 36-21. And just penalties affecting that drive there. Hounds thought we had a sure score, but we might not have gotten the two had we not blocked in the back.
1st and 10 for the Owls in the McGehee territory. Here's the snap. Handoff played well by the Hounds.
Hounds are still fighting.
3:47 and the clock continues to move here in the third quarter.
Joe Rodas in on that tackle.
This will be these seniors' last football game here at Newport. Hopefully not their last football game of the year. We're going to have to come from behind.
Second and 11 from the 7. Not liking the play call, and they're going to call their third and final timeout.
Well, they get it called in time. And we'll have George Kell Motor Company player of the game and the Subway coaches report at the conclusion of the broadcast. Football game is brought to you by ASU Newport, by the Sonic Drive-In, by St. Michael's Place, Merchants at Planters Bank, the Dillinger Funeral Home, Norman Baker Pharmacy, and Mary Davidson Crew, El Puente Restaurant, City of Newport Recycling Center, Unity Health Harris Medical Center, NEDC, Newport Economic Development Commission, Farmers Tire Mart, tires for cars, trucks, trailers, tractors, ATV, and lawnmowers, Robert Turner, financial advisor for Edward Jones, and Dr. Gavin McDowell at Customized Vision Care. Remind everybody at the WRMC Medical Complex in Newport, services include cardiac rehab, imaging services including X-ray and MRI, laboratory work, pain management, physical therapy, and a lot more. The family care at the Newport Diagnostic Clinic with Dr. Lawson and Dr. Hunt. The weekend clinic open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The White River Health Systems, the care you need when you need it.
Second and 11 for McGehee on their own 7. Here's the snap. Quarterback's just going to throw it off to number 3. And he's got room, and he's going to get outside. And he's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown.
89 yards. They got it to the playmaker. (42-21) in favor of McGehee.
Two-point conversion try, and he's going to try to stretch out. We'll see where they signal. No good. Score remains 42-21. Owls over the Greyhounds.
Well, the Hounds are going to have to, I don't know what you do to generate any offense, but you're just going to have to.
I believe a McGehee Owl is down.
Can't see exactly who is. We'll just keep it right here. Several players have been down tonight. Most of them have bounced right back up. Hope this young man does also.
Way to go, Corey.
Hounds stopped the two-point conversion, but more importantly, our thoughts with the young man who's down for McGehee. You can see there, he's up. You're looking at him. Guys, the Hounds just got to find a way to put some offense together here.
It's crucial you score on this drive here.
Young man is still shaking up and going down to a knee, and let's hope he's okay. The speed of the McGehee Owls have matched the speed of the Newport Greyhounds tonight.
It appears that young man's going to be okay.
So as soon as he gets back to the sidelines, we'll be ready to go with action. And Hounds trail by 21. It's been a 28-0 run for the McGehee Owls. Started out 6-0. They scored on their first drive of the game. We snapped it over punter's head, and they led 14-0. It's 14-6 and 14-14. We led 21-14, and it's been all.
Chris Reynolds going to catch it at the 38-yard line. Chris trying to get outside and then just get what he can, and going to be brought down to the 46.
I want to say it, instead of just taking the ball at the 30 right there, just see what you can get. You get it up to the 45, 46-yard line. Chris Reynolds, he's going to be a good one. Is a good one. 2:51 to play in the third quarter. Hounds trailing 42-21. Got to have some offense right here, guys.
First and 10 for the Hound offense. Here's the snap. Forrester going to throw to Smith. Zaywin trying to make a guy miss, and he'll be brought down around the 47.
Get about 7.
Second and 3. Hounds are going quick. Here's the snap. Now we'll go Monquell's number up the middle. Monquell Cox fighting for everything. Monquell Cox will get up to the 42, and it'll be enough for a first down.
Clock at 2:15 here in the third quarter. Hounds trail 42-21.
Down to the 42-yard line. First and 10 for the Hounds.
I don't know what just happened.
Saying something on number 3 as far as gear. Pads or...
Saying his knee pads
weren't over his knees.
It's getting a little piggy, but that's okay. It's for protection.
First and 10.
Oh, you don't give them an extra run.
And now the clock will start.
2 minutes to play in the third. We trail by 21. Got to have points here to make a game of it.
Cash Audubon at the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. We're going Monquell. And the run played well by the Owls. No gain on the play. Make it 2nd and 10.
Clock moving, a minute 28 to play. 42-21 our score. Third quarter action.
Here's the snap. Forster's going to pass. He's got time. Throws it over the middle. Julius Clark. Incomplete pass. Bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Hounds.
1:10 to play here in the third quarter. Hounds trail with a score of 42-21 to the McGehee Owls.
I don't see how these guys rush 7 and have 7 in coverage.
Boy, they sure do, don't they?
White jerseys everywhere.
Here's the snap. They bring pressure once again. Forster can't get free, and it's going to be a sack.
Yeah, the linebacker. I mean, they're taking both linebackers every time, and they're just blitzing them. They're crossing them. And we just don't have enough guys there to block.
Fourth and 21 now from the Hound 46, and there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against the Hounds. They're bringing pressure, and we're going to punt it away, and it's going to be a short punt.
They're just anticipating the snap count every time, and we're going on the same snap count, and they're just coming, and we just can't. We're not getting a glove on a guy. We're not getting a glove on those linebackers. But anyway, 16.1 to play in the third quarter, 42-21. Give those two guys credit. I mean, they're just pretty good.
16 seconds remain in the third quarter. McGehee still leads 42-21 over the Hounds. Here's the snap. Played well. Joe Brodus on the tackle. Loss of 1 to the 43-yard line. And it's going to end the third quarter and bring up fourth quarter. Hounds trail 42-21.
Yeah, and Ben Black, the Hounds got behind 14-0. Made it 14-6, 14-14, 21-14. Then trailed 21-16. Or then we're ahead 21-16 after the safety on the punt. And trailed 24-21. Then 30-21 at the half. Then 36-21 and now 42-21. And realistically, McGehee has been pretty well dominating the football game. On both sides. Winner will either go to Prescott or Clinton, and Prescott was in the lead the last we saw. We'll try to get a score on that game.
Rising 62-20 over Mayflower.
Rising's got a good football team. Look for those guys to continue to make noise.
2nd and 11 for the Owls. Here's the snap. Quarterback's just going to keep. Darren Davis and James Dixon first in on the tackle.
Good stop there by the Hound defense.
That's second team quarterback.
Prescott over Clinton with 2 minutes to go. It's 45-27. So I believe the winner of this will be squaring off against Prescott.
3rd down and 8 right here. Can the Hound defense make another stop?
Come on, D, let's go.
Here's the snap, fake. Quarterback's going to throw it. He's got a guy wide open. He's going to get across the 40 and knocked out of bounds inside the 35.
11:07 to play here in the 4th quarter. Your score is 42-21. The Owls lead it over the Hounds.
When these guys needed to make a big play, they've been making them.
Yeah, they've been pretty clutch tonight.
11:07 to play, 42-21 in favor of the Owls.
1st and 10 from the 34. Bobbled snap, ball's on the ground. It looks like the Hounds might have jumped on it. And they will.
Well, that's a huge, huge break for the Greyhound defense there. We got to take that football and we got to make something happen with it, guys.
Well, if you can score, I mean, their quarterback, and their quarterback number 2,
he's out. That was the backup quarterback.
Yeah, he's the kid that got hurt a while ago. And if you could score against his defense, I mean, his defense is stingy.
Well, they're averaging giving up 17 points a game throughout the 2018 season.
And the guys making all the tackles are the 2 guys. There's 4 down linemen and the 2 guys right behind them, 25 and 70. They're the linebackers right behind. Here they come again. You could run a quick slant to the top of your screen. It'd be a touchdown if you could complete it.
Here's the snap. We're going to give it to Theron Davis. Theron trying to get outside. And Theron Davis is going to be wrapped up at the 35. Forward progress getting to the 36.
10:45, clock moving here in the 4th quarter.
Hounds have got to go quickly.
Second and 10. Here's the snap. Throwing to Zaywin, incomplete.
Hounds get the break defensively, get the turnover.
Darius Reed in the ballgame for Clemmy Alcorn. 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Gonna throw it out to the flats to Darius. Darius is gonna be wrapped up and brought down at the 37. 4th and 9.
We have to punt. And they rushed their linebackers and they almost blocked the punt last time. This time they're going to stay back.
Forrester, low end over end punt. And it's going to be marked at the 21.
Since the Hounds got their 21, their defense has just been stellar. (42-21) with 9:35 to play in the football game. I've called a lot of these old football games. It's not ever fun when you lose.
1st and 10 from the 21 for the Owls. Here's the snap. Just a round play. Trying to get outside and will be pushed out of bounds. by Monquel Cox. At the 28.
Got a lot of guys playing their last home football game for the Hounds. James Dixon, Zaywin Smith, Spencer Murphy, Chris Avalos, Cash Forster, Rolando Noquez, J.T. Haynes, Julius Clark, Julius Pruitt, Joe Brodus, Zane Watkins, Craig Falwell, Alex Emery, Connor Prince, Dalton Phillips, Hunter Shelton,
Zane Watkins. Here's the snap, trying to get outside. And here's a stiff arm on Theron. He's going to get outside. And he's still on his feet and he pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line.
.9:18 remaining. And McGehee up 3 scores, 42-21, moving the football again.
First and 10 from the 28 for the Owls. Here's the snap, gonna hand it off. Weak side. Julius Pruitt, Julius Clark in on the tackle.
9:06 to play here in the contest. Score is 42-21. The Owls lead it.
Give them 5 on the play, make it 2nd and 5.
Is this John Bradley's last football game as a Newport Greyhound coach? John has moved into the administration department at the high school, will relinquish his coaching duties immediately at the conclusion of the season. Great to have him as the part of the administrative staff.
Owls trying to get outside, played well by the Hounds.
Host of Hounds on the tackle. Joe Brodus, number 44 there. Along with Monquel Cox, James Dixon, Clemmy Alcorn.
.8:26, clock stopped.
Third and 1 from the 19. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to 8 on the outside. He'll have a first down inside the 15, mark him at the 14. Monquel Cox, Julius Pruitt in on the tackle.
Well, again, a remarkable career if this is the last game for our senior class. 28 victories. Best group in 22 years as far as a 3-year win total. Eight minutes remaining, and
first and 10, here's the snap. End around to 10, cutting it up. Julius Pruitt in on the tackle, Clemmy Alcorn as well.
Hounds are still playing hard, and you knew that they would.
2nd and 6 from the 14 for the Owls.
7:40 to play in the contest. Clock is rolling.
I'm going to tell you what, it's been a real physical football game, and McGee's got a lot of guys banged up going in next week's football game if they are the winner here tonight. Not giving up on the Hounds just yet.
Here's the snap, in around to 8, and he cuts it up.
Ooh, what a hit there.
Monquel Cox and Zane Watkins on the tackle.
Zane Watkins with a big hit there.
Ball at the 6-yard line.
We'll thank Bad Boy Mowers up in Batesville and Scott Lancaster for sponsoring Greyhound football here on Cable Channel 15 TV, and timeout by the Greyhounds Coach Hansley wants to talk about it here. Bad Boy Mowers and sell lawnmowers throughout not only the United States, but throughout North America and the world. Plant in Batesville, Arkansas, and they sell lawnmowers everywhere. Scott's been with them for 7 years. Of course, Scott, a Newport Greyhound, graduate here.
I didn't realize they were that big. And one day I was at home and flipping through, it was bowl season for college football, and I saw Bad Boy Mower bowl game, and I was like, good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And they held a basketball tournament
sure did
last year as well, so they're all across the country now.
They are that. Go to badboymowers.com to find a dealer near you. Third down and 2 here. Ball at the 6-yard line.
6:51 remaining in the contest. Here's a snap, quick dive play, played very well. Julius Clark is going to bring up 4th down.
Great job to make the stop there by Clark.
I'm sure Coach Hansley told those guys in the timeout, guys, you're playing for pride right here. Dang, with 6:25, you stop them.
Well, anything is possible.
Still got a chance.
You've got a chance.
But you got to stop them here. 4th down and 3. If you stop them, anything can happen.
Here's the snap, trying to get outside, cutting up, has nowhere, and he'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and it's going to be short.
First down. All turns over to Newport.
So you get a stop. And Coach Hansley's timeout was well worth the timeout spent.
Breathes new life into this Greyhound football team here with 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the ball game.
You got to have a couple of big breaks. You know, I mean, anything could happen. You're not going to, drive the football against these guys. You don't have enough time to do that. You got to have a long run, a long pass play, them slip down, us get a tip, drill tap, score.
Weston Henderson checking in the ball game at center.
And he's going to be a good one.
Offsides play. And the Owls are going to jump.
Yeah, it's one of their linebackers who jumped off sides. When we've gone the long count, these guys have jumped off sides almost every time. It's been 3 or 4 times. You can't do it every play. I guess you could do it every play.
1st and 5 from the 11.
These guys just pinning their ears back and coming on 1. Just like here. Just like 70.
They throw it up to Zaywin Smith. Zaywin going up to get it. It's going to be incomplete.
And 70, another linebacker. Untouched to the quarterback.
Second and 5 from the 11.
Again, they're rushing 6. 4 up front. Only 1 linebacker this time.
Goes to Zaywin outside. Zaywin trying to break a tackle. Zaywin will be brought down to the 22. First down, Hounds.
Hounds still fighting.
Hustle to the line, guys.
Come on, Hounds, let's go.
First and 10 from the 22. Here's the snap. We'll go Monquel. Monquel hit in the backfield. Monquel still on his feet. And Monquel will be brought down for a big loss at the 15-yard line.
Loss of 7.
Second and 17 from the 15. Trips to the bottom of your screen. There goes Theron in motion. We're going to throw the swing pass out to Theron. Theron trying to get outside Theron. Cutting up and getting across the 30. Big hit.
Third down and 1 coming up. 4:55, clock moving in the fourth quarter. Hounds trail 42-21.
Third and 1 from the 32.
4:43 remaining in the football game.
We'll go Theron up the middle. Theron Davis going to have first down spin move. Theron going to get across the 40. Mark him at the 43.
Well, the Hounds have got a great senior class and got a couple of good junior class, sophomore class, and certainly the 9th grade and 8th grade class coming are very good. Good things are going to happen for the Hounds over the course of the next several years.
Empty set for the Hounds, looking to throw. We throw it over the middle to Clemmy Alcorn. Clemmy over the middle. Ball's on the ground. McGee's going to pick it up. They're going to blow it dead.
First down and 10. 4:07 to go. Big Alex Emery's going to have to check out.
Kevon Dixon checking in for him. Trips to the bottom. Davis at tailback. First and 10 from the 46. Here's the snap. Forster looking to pass. He's pressured. Cash is going to be sacked.
.335 clock moving. Hounds trailing 42-21.
Second and 14. Here's the snap. Forster looking. He's going to throw it out to Zaywin. Incomplete.
And with the pressure, number 70, one of those linebackers, 70 and 25.
They're bringing them every play.
They have been in our face the entire night.
Third and 14 from the 50.
Who won their conference?
Theron in motion. Here's the snap. Looking to throw. We throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Going to bring up fourth down. And 14.
3:10 remaining. Hounds want a timeout here. We'll see if we can get some final score, maybe.
45-27. Prescott over Clinton. Final.
Prescott's a winner. .310 remaining in this one. Want to wish my good friend Dan Klepechka. Keep fighting, my friend. My thoughts and prayers are with you.
Boonville over Walnut Ridge, 41-13. Camden Harmony Grove, 40-28 over Glen Rose.
Yeah.
Lamar, 26-7 over Harding. Osceola, 52-18 over Mansfield. Talked about Rising and Prescott. Smack over.
What's Smack over do?
35-28 Danville is the last updated, and it's the third quarter.
And it's what now?
Third quarter, 35-28 smack over.
Over Danville.
Rising won this conference.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
Undefeated.
Their only loss in the conference, McGehee.
Smack over.
Offsides play going to back them up 5.
Harmony Grove, Prescott, all in the same conference, as was Center Point.
Yes.
Those guys are all in the same conference. It's a tough conference. And I said this when I looked at the bracket and I looked at Rising. I thought Rising had as good a chance as anybody. And now after seeing these guys and knowing that they Rising beat this bunch.
4th and 9, going to throw it over the middle, incomplete.
.307 remaining here. The McGehee Owls are going to win this football game 42-21 right now. Playing for a little pride. Thank all of our great sponsors once again for helping you bring it. It's our 25th year of doing Greyhound football, and I know we'll be back next year. At least Hayden and Ben will be back.
1st and 10 from the 45. Here's the snap. Dive play up the middle. Get up to the 47.
We thank Josh Nation for joining the team this year, and what a job he's done with the camera work.
Yeah, he's gonna let her this year.
He is gonna let her.
Rising beat McGehee 30-14. So
wow. There's some quality football teams in AAA.
Justin Simmons checking into the ball game at the defensive tackle. 2nd and 2 from the 47 for the Owls. Here's the snap. End around, making a guy miss. He'll have a 1st down and be brought down. JT Haynes in on the tackle.
We're going to wish these guys the best of luck, but I'm going to tell you what, they're banged up. You know, number 3 came out on a big hit. 2 went down on a big hit. We wish the McGehee Owls luck going to Prescott to challenge the Curly Wolves. It'll be a big challenge for them. We'll certainly follow them and see if they're up to the challenge. 2 minutes to play.
Here's a snap, dive once again. Lenny Alcorn going to get the tackle, and there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, I guess. Face mask. 1:48 to play.
Move the ball up to the 18 now. First and 10 from the 19.
Thank you, sir. Y'all got a great bunch. Victory formation for the McGehee Owls.
And Newport will elect to call their final timeout.
I will say this, that the McGehee Owl fans have been respectful, cheerful, as good as I have ever seen in front of us.
Oh, no doubt.
We congratulate them as well. They have been awesome, as has their football team. 1:24 remaining, guys. Not a lot you can say. I've enjoyed it.
I tell you what, I'm proud of this football team. Proud of these seniors. had an awesome year. You know,
Yeah, you win 9 football games, you've had a good year. Yeah, no doubt.
You hate to lose, and only twice in the history have we ever ended our season without a loss.
Three times. The state championship years, and then Coach Hinsley's first year here. We won our last game of the year, didn't make the playoffs. First year.
Okay.
We won one in 81, won one in 91, and Coach Hinsley's first year in 15. Down to 50. What, were you thinking of another one?
No.
3 times that I remember.
Hold on. 81, 91, didn't 68 go undefeated?
Yeah, but didn't play in the playoffs. You're talking about playoff
In the
teams.
playoff teams,
Playoff teams. See you, Lance Connor.
But it was an exciting year, fun group of kids to watch. You always hate to see it end like this, and it's just sickening. But it's got to end sometime.
They'll have to run a play here. The quarterback more than likely will just take a few steps back and let the time run out and then take the knee.
And that's all they could do. I mean, the Hounds are going to have to snap the ball one time here. You know, the official there could have. The officials have done a great job tonight, a tremendous job tonight.
It's been just a clean football game on both sides. Both teams just getting after it. Officials not in the way. Just a clean, good football game. I'm going to tell you what, we played a heck of a football team tonight.
We played a heck of a football team.
And I know the seniors don't want to hear it now, but I was there at one time. You played a heck of a football team, and that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you're just not ready that Friday night for them.
So there's 63 and Connor Prince shaking hands before the snap.
Delay a game. Well, it's not how you want your season to end if you're a Greyhound fan. But unfortunately, it is going to have to come to an end sometime sooner than expected or intended. We'll hand it off to Monquel Cox. Monquel just going to run out of bounds at the 45.
We hit a guy late. Uncalled for, but I didn't see who did it. Well, the Hounds are going to lose the football game 42-21. Guys, have been a good year. Been a great year, matter of fact. Win 9 football games, and you know, you were hoping to get into that next round, but it just didn't happen, and a little too much firepower on both sides of the football tonight by the McGehee Owls. Ben Black, your final thoughts on not only the game but the year?
Well, just want to tell these guys congratulations. Hang your head high. You faced an awesome football team tonight, and you know, nothing to be ashamed of here.
Hayden?
I'll be ready next year.
There you go. You're a 2-year letterman, aren't you? 2-year. You're a 3-year letterman?
A 2-year letterman here, and I guess 1 year with the radio. So can I get the 3-year?
We'll give you a 3-year letterman. Okay. Absolutely, 3-year letterman.
I need my patches.
They don't have enough bars for me to put on that end. I'm a letterman, all right. I need to be a retired letterman. But for Josh Nation, for our crew, for everybody that helps us at Cable 15 TV, Cable 15 TV, we thank you for being with the broadcast team this year, and we look forward to doing it again next year. And for Josh Nation and for Ben Black and for Hayden Schultz, I'm David Black. We'll have the coaches show and the player of the game up next. George Kell Motor Company sponsors the player of the game, and obviously I brought up a player, but the guy just happened to play back in the late 80s and 90s on three pretty good football teams, I guess you say. We had some battles with Dollar Way. John Bradley, the offensive coordinator, and I did talk about on the air, Coach, about your last football game. Maybe not. I mean, you're in an administrative role.
Right.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about that before we get into the ins and the nuts and bolts of football game tonight. Where do you stand? What do you think you're going to do? What's the future hold for John Bradley?
Well, when Coach Lewis left last year, it was late in the year, and
right.
I got the job it was in basically May,
right,
and felt like it was really would be leaving Coach Hinesley and those guys in a bind if we tried to find somebody that late going into the summer, and we had already gone through everything in the spring, and kind of changed up our offense to try to be a little more explosive, and and so kind of my agreement was, hey, can I do one more year?
Right, absolutely.
And hopefully we could. I've been saying the whole time, I hope it goes well enough that they'll say, hey, that worked all right. We'll try to do maybe do it again.
There you go.
And but we'll just have to see.
Well, I know this, that I know you're doing a great job over at the high school. The high school seems to be running smoothly, and obviously we're doing good things on the football field.
Yeah,
so
had a good year.
I'll vote for you to stay.
Well, I appreciate it.
I'll vote for you.
It.
Let's talk a little bit about tonight. And you told me before we got on here about when we're having trouble running, we're having trouble blocking, we're having trouble throwing, and when hardly anything's working for us. It's just difficult. These guys were bringing the house almost every play. Talk about what they were doing and why it was so difficult for us to move the football.
Well, we've kind of seen it for the last 4 weeks.
Yep, absolutely.
Piggott did the same thing to us. Osceola did the same thing. Centerpoint did it last week. Where we're a spread offense. We got 4 receivers. We obviously got 5 offensive linemen, and they've got five defensive linemen. But they play it where they have 2 overhang ends, basically,
right.
They're outside linebackers that are running up the field hard, trying to stop, keep us from running wide.
Right.
That's been our speed advantage.
Absolutely.
Everybody trying to take that away. And then, a lot of our pass protection, especially for passes that are down the field, our vertical game, is basically man-to-man, big on big, whatever you want to call it, the kind of protection we have. And so, we're dropping back and we're having to give ground because those outside guys are so wide, so the pocket collapses a little early. And then, there's 5 guys and we've got 5 linemen, and we're picking those up, and then they started blitzing linebackers late through gaps, and that's when we started trying to keep the back end to help. Well, taking the back out of the route,
it really affects the offense.
It takes away.
Yeah.
But the ones you're trying to throw, that you got to be able to get the ball down the field a little bit. And we got in some situations where we had to throw the ball a little deeper, and it just couldn't give him enough time.
Well, they just got us in some situations where they had more numbers than we had trying to block, and then they just had linebackers that were running free. But let me say this: we get down early, 14-0. And then all of a sudden we have an offensive explosion.
Yeah,
we put 21 on the board. Talk about that little run.
Well, I felt very confident all year that we can score, and we can score any time. It's just a matter of execution, and that's what we've talked about the last couple of weeks is, we've gone into half and not started off really well, and it's all about execution. It's not really making a ton of adjustments because people have kind of done to us exactly what we've practiced against for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's just a matter of, hey, guys, let's calm down. Let's bring the throws down a little bit. Let's make sure we catch them when we get the opportunity. We've got to execute. We've got to make sure we get the blocks, and we've been able to do that. And we've got we've got a lot of good athletes, and we've been able to overcome some of those mistakes. When you play a team that's just as athletic as you, you can't make those mistakes. You do, and it's hard to overcome them. And then they get you in a hole, and you have to start doing things that. Normally we would like to run the ball and set up some of the passing stuff, and they were really setting on the passing game. We got in 3rd and long, and they were dropping some of those ends back. And I tried to catch them a couple times, thinking that we would be throwing and try to
get a little draw play. I said it on the air. It's a little draw play, and you pop it out there, and you may run 60.
And one guy makes a shoestring tackle or something, and it could have been a big run. It's just a little bitty things, and when things aren't going right on a night, those things don't work.
You're absolutely right, but a gallant effort, and I'm so proud of John Bradley bringing your family home to be a part of this great Greyhound tradition, and bringing a lot of tradition back to it. I mean, obviously when you came, and Coach Reynolds, been here for many years, and you and I have talked many times on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Prior to you getting here.
Yes, sir.
Prior to you getting here, and we have worked hard to get you here.
Yes, sir.
There's been several opportunities that we thought maybe we might have a chance, and things didn't work out. They always work out for the better. But anyway, you are back, and I hope you stay. I hope you can work that out. I think this team deserves you. And it would be a little different. And I want you to comment before you get off here. Number one, about What does it mean to come back to be a Greyhound football coach?
You know, that's
John?
what I was sitting there thinking while you're talking about that is, you know, I started out here. I had my whole playing career out here and, you know, ended it right out here on this field against Dalloway in the semifinals.
1990.
In 1990. And, you know, it was always a dream of mine to come back and bring my kids back home and be in this atmosphere. And I wanted to always do things that be the kind of role model for players and students that my coaches were for me when I was
Absolutely.
here. And to try to give them the opportunities that I got from that and you know, just be that positive, you know, person to look to. And it's sometimes it's really hard to talk about it. You know, I got a little teared up down there on the sideline with about a minute left, and you know, everything running through my head of it might be my last game, and you know, but I'll tell you what, if it is, it's been a good run.
There you go.
And I love it.
There you go. I'm glad you're back, my friend. Once a Greyhound, always a Greyhound. And
yes, sir.
Listen, I can date myself. I called a lot of games that you played in. Matter of fact, every one of them.
That's right.
And I'm still calling them.
Yes, sir.
I'm still calling them. John Bradley, my friend, Newport Greyhound. We appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
John Bradley, who's the offensive coordinator and one of the administrators over at the high school, and we wish him the best of luck. Whatever happens in the next several months, in the next several years, this guy will be successful.
Yes, sir. Go Hounds.
Go Hounds. Subway Coaches Report, and always this man joins us win or lose, and even when it ends the season, as you have each and every year that you come up here. One year we had a victory, though, that we talked about at the end of the year.
That was the positive spin on that year.
That was a positive spin, and I think we've got a positive spin here that we'll talk a little bit here more in just a little bit. But first of all, just talk a little bit about tonight's ball game, Coach. It just they got ahead real quick, and just tell us about it.
Well, you know, there was times that a lot of positives happened. There was times where a lot of negatives happened. But you know, and it's like I always tell the kids is high school football is about momentum swings. Yeah. And you could tell that first quarter, it was just kind of, you know, it was up and down. That first quarter, you know, we got some good things going, and you didn't hear anything over here. And then, you know, so it's you know, high school football is all about momentum. And that's what I kept begging the kids is you know, we need something that's going to swing momentum. We need a big play. We need the ball out. You know, I kept screaming to get the ball out because they would fumble. So, you know, just, you know, all game I was looking for that momentum swing to turn things around.
Well, we got down. They take the football. They drive it down 64 yards for a touchdown, keep the ball for half of the first quarter, go up 6-0, miss the extra point. Then we snap it over the punter's head, and they get another touchdown, 14-0. And we also bang, 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 bang. Yeah. It's 21-14 us, and things are looking good. And then some things just happen that were just kind of weird. Kind of talking about that ball game last week, weird. But anyway, it didn't work tonight for us. You know, we didn't want to lose. You never want to lose. You never want it to end.
No.
You never want it to end.
Well, and, you know, in that game, you wanted more than most.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, because, you know, they end your season last year.
Yeah.
You know, the big push is they're not going to end it this year. You know, that's what you try to sell to the kids. And you know, when it's all said and done, you know, that was a revenge game. And that's how we treated it. And, you know, that was a definite must-win that we wanted.
Right.
And I called it a must-win because – I wanted coffee and donuts. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been talking about it ever since spring, and that was a must-win. And no matter what we did after that, I just wanted.
There you go.
I wanted to practice over Thanksgiving.
Yes,
I really did, deep down. So, but hey, you know, that's the way it happens, and you hate it for the seniors.
Well, and I want to talk a little bit about that senior class, and I love my little research, and I told y'all that before we got on here. And this senior class, we talked about it on the air, won 28 ball games. As a group, when they were sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and it's the first time it's happened in 22 years.
Yeah,
pretty good accomplishment for that bunch.
Pretty good research.
Yeah, I love the research. I had to come over and look at the board today. I didn't have everything that I needed, but I had to come over and look at the board again.
Well, and you know, they are a strong little group. I can say that about them. They love the game. You know, they're and you know what I always think about this group. I think about the work ethic some of these kids have. You know, like the Cashes and the Juliuses of the group, the Zawins of the group. I mean, and I could go on and on, but, you know, I just think about in the summer and in the spring and in the season how they would stay, you know, or come before practice, stay after practice, come in the summer. And it was just that work ethic. They're trying to get better. And that makes you feel good when there's life after football. You know, they have a work ethic, and that makes you feel good for the kids. So, you know, it was a strong little group, and I wish them nothing but the best because I can't wait to see life after football for them.
Well, nine football games that we won this year, and I mean, on top of that, you know, a great playoff run when they were juniors, and you know, a little disappointment last year with McGehee also. But you know, that team went down as a 5 seed last year, and the juniors and beat a 1 seed, beat Glen Rose, but there's no doubt our program is on solid foundation.
Yeah.
We've got more kids coming. We've got athletes coming, and we're going to continue to get better.
We will. And that's what somebody was joking and saying, when does it start back? And it really does.
Tomorrow.
It never stops.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was saying. I'm constantly penciling in. Hey, who can do what next year? Hey, where are our deficiencies in the kicking game? What do we got to get? Rolando graduate. So
sure.
I mean, I'm constantly thinking of what we can do in the future. So and when somebody asks me, well, when do you start back? It hasn't stopped.
No, it's a constant.
So
no doubt.
we'll get in the weight room as soon as we can. I mean, so we're constantly working towards next year, and that's the game. That's what it's become. So
what are you going to remember most about that group of seniors? What are you going to remember? Just the work ethic.
The work ethic, definitely. I told Cash when I after the game, he turned in to one special kind of quarterback.
Did he not?
I had my doubts early on, but he changed my mind. He is a young man that did more than I ever would have expected out of him. He really did.
Right.
And he turned into a dang good quarterback.
Yes, sir, he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The things that he did this year, last year, the things that he accomplished, man, I can't say enough about Cash. And here's why I say that. He's that kid that as soon as I think about that work ethic I was talking about,
right,
he's that kid.
Right.
I don't know what time y'all get here and set up stuff, but at 4:30 he's out here throwing balls.
I know he is.
He's out here warming up. He's running laps. He's stretching. He's throwing balls. He's out here from 4:30 until we make him go in right before the game. So it's that work ethic from that kid, and that's why, and that's what's so great to see, because he's a dang good quarterback because he worked to get there. And so when you look at that and you say, man, that kid's, I can't wait to see what he's going to do in 10 years. And that's what
he'll be a success in life.
He will, and that's what I tell all of them. I said, it's hard, but in 10 years, I can't wait to come back and see what you've done with your life. And that's what it's about. But I'll always remember Cash. Joyce is another worker. Joyce Clark. Joyce Pruitt coming in as a sophomore.
Right.
He was baby brother to O'Shea.
Yeah.
And I stuck him right there beside O'Shea, hoping he would kind of be that little brother, that big brother, that brother. And he's come a long way. And he'll even say it. As far as he's come a long way. He didn't ever think he'd be a linebacker in high school.
Right.
And he matured into one. So it's things like that. It's Zaywin Smith. I always think about Zay when he was so little. He was so little in junior high and stuff, and he turned into a good little possession receiver. Joyce Clark, his work ethic and just the things that he done. Rolando,
sure,
everything that he's accomplished. everybody keeps asking me. I thought he graduated last year.
Right.
He's
an 8-year starter, isn't he?
Yeah,
8-year starter.
And and then just Spencer Murphy, what he contributed to the team this year.
You bet.
And the things that you see on the special teams, so much he did that we couldn't have done without him. Zane Watkins, I talk about Zane. He is I talk about grit a lot. And Zane is that true grit guy. He was that guy I could stick in, ask him to do anything. He was just tough.
Right.
He was just a tough kid. And that toughness is going to, springboard him and everything he does in life. Dalton Phillips, same idea. Gritty kid. There was so many things that I asked him to do in offensive, defensive line, and he got it done just because he was explosive.
You bet.
Connor Prince. Connor, he turned into a pretty good little guard for us.
Sure.
And strong kid. So Alex Emery.
There you go. I'm not going to let you miss any of them because I've got them here in the green.
Okay.
You keep naming it.
I'm just going off the top of my head here.
Yes,
but anything we could have done with Alex Emery without him. We just couldn't have done it. He was our true big guy. He was the guy that when I needed a big guy, he was the guy. He was the guy that really sealed that edge for us when we were running outside of him. He was just our everything big guy. He just was it.
James Dixon.
Coming into the spring, he broke his ankle in the spring.
Right, yeah.
And it devastated me because I thought, man, this kid, he looked good in spring. Man, he looked so good. And when he broke his ankle, I was like, oh, that's I hate it for the kid. But he come back, he played strong, had a pretty good little game tonight. So, to come back from an injury like that is always huge. And for the kid to come back and be productive like he was, I can't be happy enough for James. And I told him the same thing. He's gonna do something great in life, and I can't wait to see it.
I want to ask you about a couple of more, and we talk about it, and of course J.T. Haynes has been super.
Well, I still got one in my head. That
go ahead.
Joe Brodus.
I was going to. Joe's here. Absolutely.
And I know he's not happy with his senior year.
Right.
Who would be? And,
right.
I tell him all the time, and I told Grant this too, if you remember, when Grant got hurt, and I was in the same predicament when I was as a senior because I tore my ACL. And it always thought about Grant because, he wanted to come back to baseball and stuff like that. And I always remember Joe, and I always told him, I said, you'll get a chance to come back. And when you do, you need to make the most of it. So I know it's never going to be, he didn't get the season like he had his junior, sophomore year. But think about that kid when he was at his best.
Oh, he was awesome. He was awesome. Yeah.
I mean, pull up.
Yeah, an injury.
Oh, yeah. Pull up your Harding Academy game. We watched
Joe Brodus.
We watched that as a team the other day in here, just watching the Harding game, just because
it's a motivational game. Yeah,
I mean, and you watch clips of him and just so explosive. So he's always got that. He really does, and he a good high school football player, just terrific. One of the most explosive runners I've ever coached. So I can't say enough about him. Another one that comes to my head is Avalos. Chris Avalos.
I was going to ask about Chris.
And I always liked his attitude. He showed up every day. He didn't get a ton of playing time, but the kid was constantly there. He was constantly motivational and positive, and that's what you want out of a kid like that. You want a true role player.
Craig Falwell.
Falwell is one of those other guys that there's a certain people on our team that when every day they walk through the door, I'm glad they're there.
Right.
And Craig's that guy for me. Every day he would show up, and he always had a great attitude. And there's always, and I always call it my comfort guys or my Hunter Hirsch is one. He's a junior, but there's always guys that walk in that door, and they're good for me because they're positive.
Right.
And it bleeds on me, and then I have a good day because of it. And Craig's that guy for me.
I forgot to mark that one there.
Hunter Shelton, yeah.
Yes,
and Hunter Shelton didn't finish out the year last year. Come back, wanted to play, and and here's the thing about him: we use football to help him in his grades, help him in his stuff in classwork. So every now and then you can use football to be beneficial,
Absolutely.
not just for getting them pats on the back out here. So he's been that guy that I'm glad he's in the program because what we can do to help him later.
And I mentioned JT, and just I want to talk a little bit about him. Maybe we talked about him. I mean, he was just been pretty good for us.
JT is one of those guys. He's another one of those guys. Now, he I'll say this: he's one of the guys that I always went and talked to because he was always he made me happy. He always made me laugh and stuff. But I'll say this about JT on the other hand is last year he probably had a season he didn't really think was up to par.
Right.
I think we'd agree. But here's what I like about JT: he come in the summer, he caught balls off that jug machine. Him and Cash, they would throw constantly, and you saw a better JT. You saw a more improved JT this year that caught a ton of balls, that made a lot of big plays. He was kind of our big threat guy at times. So, just to see the transformation from him last year to this year, that goes back to his work ethic.
Well, and you mentioned Rolando also. How do you replace a guy like that?
You don't.
Yeah, you can't replace that guy.
Because he was more automatic than people realize.
Yeah.
I mean, if you come to practice and you'll see him, I mean, we could do 15 in a row, and he
right.
I mean, he really is irreplaceable. And and now I don't. Abraham Gomez can probably kick a little bit, but I think the days of the toe puncher are probably coming back real soon. So, but hey, that's the job, and that's what we got to find.
Well, a great senior class, no doubt. I think we got them all, and I surely to goodness, if we missed them, we'll do another report.
We'll do another report. Yeah,
that's a guarantee. I thought a marvelous year. I really liked this football team from the beginning. I think if you look at the last couple of teams that we lost to, we lose to Osceola, we lose to McGehee. We lose to good football teams.
We do.
Who have great athletes, and and we do too. It's it just didn't go our way in either one of those games, and it's okay.
It is, and that's I always say that we don't want to go too playoffs. We want to go deep in the playoffs, and that's always. But when you go deep in playoffs, you're going to see some good talent.
Sure.
And I think Osceola's going to open a lot of eyes this year.
Yes, sir.
As far as deep as they probably could go, but you're right, and we when you have that first round game, they're still a playoff team.
Right.
And you still got to go through them. You still got to win that first round to get there. But let's be real. McGehee was a second-ranked preseason in the state.
Yes, sir.
So they're a good football team. We knew that. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. I never hid from the fact that it was not going to be a dogfight. And we had some good things, but we just come up short.
Mark Hinsley, a great year for the Newport Greyhounds, 9-3. You know, if you look back statistically and you look at it and you say 22 years since we've had a senior class won at least 28 ball games. It's been a great senior class. We're going to miss those guys. But just like it happens every year, and just like the 36 years that I've been doing this, there's a next group that steps up, and the ninth graders become sophomores, and the sophomores are juniors, and we're going to keep winning football games for the Newport Greyhounds. For everybody involved in our broadcast, for Ben and for Hayden and for Josh Nation, our cameraman, for everybody that's involved in Greyhound football, I just appreciate Mark Hinsley and what you do for our program and our kids. Head football coach and athletic director of the Newport Greyhounds. Great year, my friend.
Appreciate that.
Until next year, David Black and Go Hounds.